difference you want to make. You know it's part of who you are, and part of the life you want. But do you know how you'll get there? The military can help you pursue your calling, with countless opportunities to help you build a future filled with purpose. You have a calling. We have an answer. Learn more at todaysmilitary.com.
This episode is brought to you by Fast Growing Trees. Get your garden flourishing this spring. They have the best deals for your yard. Up to half off on select plants and other deals.
Plus, their Alive and Thrive guarantee ensures your plants arrive happy and healthy. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using code DISTRACTABLE at checkout.
Visit fastgrowingtrees.com/distractable.
Offer is valid for a limited time, and terms and conditions may apply.
Spice up get-togethers at Whole Foods Market during the Flavors of Latin America event. Look for sales on shrimp for a tantalizing ceviche. Craving tacos? Save on their no antibiotics ever marinated beef skirt steak. Top your taco with their pre-made pico de gallo, full of fresh tomatoes, cilantro, onions, and jalapenos. And get saucy for less with 365 by Whole Foods Market in July.
And welcome to Distractable. This episode, we know Daddy Wayne wants out his tool, rejects modernity, and tasks the trio to identify outdated aliens. Mother managing Mark props for Poosa or corrections. Heartbroken Bob needs your love for Lexi, touts battlefield breeding, and suspects Semaphore. From tragic news to fucking foxes. It's time for Our Shirts Are Out. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Distractable on today's host. Why? Because the wheel favors me. And really, that's pretty much it. Joined as always by my co-hosts, Mark and Bob. Hey boys, how y'all doing?
Hi. Hello.
I'm good. Great.
More.
But one of the answers only.
You didn't say anything about small talk or anything, but
In one word, how are you?
sad is kind of a downer, but I'm going to go sad. Actually,
Bad and good. All right, excellent. Well, if you've never been here before, this is a show where one of us hosts, the other two compete for points, and I don't give them enough time to talk or explain much about what's going on until right now when I say, hey, small talk. Would you like to elaborate on any of the things you said?
sure. Well, it's confusing because of how time works, right? But right now, we're in the future.
That's the last episode.
Whomsoever is listening or watching this, you're in the future. But right now, it's 2 days before Lexi has surgery. Lexi is my dog, for everyone who doesn't know. And she has a cancerous tumor on her little leg. Honestly, it's been all good news. That we took her in for a routine checkup, and they were like, well, she's got a little mass on her leg. And I was like, yep, I asked you to look at that. And they were like, well, we think it's cancer. And it was, but all subsequent tests have been like best case scenario, so it is still needs to be removed, but otherwise like no big metastases or anything, and it seems to be a very slow growing, not very aggressive type of mast cell tumor, I think is what it is. Anyway, she has a surgery and it should be fine. She handles anesthesia pretty well. She's otherwise healthy aside from being 12 years old, but that's been really stressful. She should be fine, but that doesn't really mean anything when you're about to drop off your dog for a big surgery. And so in the future, you'll know if anything happened. I don't know. Probably won't tweet about it or anything on social media anymore at all, but we'll talk about that next time. But for right now, I'm stressed. Been trying to be chill about it, but it was really stressful.
I feel like a bit of a dick for cutting you off on the sad earlier now.
Yeah, well, I consider not leading with that because that's not the kind of thing we usually do for small talk, but I honestly can hardly think about anything else. So I'm not trying to bring everyone down because honestly the odds are she'll be perfectly fine. And she's not going to like the surgery, but she should recover just fine and not have cancer. But until it's all done, you know, that means it's stressful.
That's a pretty big I'll root for it. We've done my thing for a long time. Great dog. Got to see the other day.
Yeah, you saw her 3 days ago or whatever, right? She's like totally healthy, except for a little lump on her leg.
Yeah, and she was laying between us on her little dog bed. You bumped the dog bed very briefly with your elbow. She gave you a look like...
Since she found out what cancer is, she is insufferable. She's like, give me a French fry. You're like, I'm eating. I'm like, cancer. French fries. Damn, dog. You don't even know what that means. I know it gets me French fries, so come on. No, it's okay. She'll be fine.
My life. Yeah, why is your life better than Bob's? Tell me.
Nothing but sunshine and rainbows.
You got something happy for me to think about?
No, not really. I mean, I guess, but...
Okay.
Let me try to find sunset around here. Nope, nothing. Anyway, me and my life, nothing to do with it. I feel like I'm becoming...
You have a strong urge to wear khakis and polos, or...
Do you answer to like a regional manager and you have a bunch of people that are like, hey, go restock the shelves?
Kinda, actually. I don't know. I don't know when my life turned into the way that it's starting to go down, because I love being in the creative seed of everything. I like doing that. But when you're, working on a movie or anything, the director, there's a lot of other roles to fill. And I was like, that's always been a temporary thing. You join a crew for that. But now that I have more like direct hands-on work with my team of editors and Cloak and the workshop that I'm trying to build with all the printers, it's a lot of just managing. And not that I don't mind doing that, it's just like suddenly I feel like it's like just as you grow older, you just feel like you're shoved into this kind of like role. And there's really, it's like all the things that I want to do are happening, but it's like I suddenly need to do all these. I have to be a responsible adult. I have to kind of coordinate. I have to plan. I hate planning. I hate scheduling. I hate it. And yet I scheduled a meeting yesterday to have a meeting about scheduling.
You scheduled a scheduling meeting?
I did that. That's not me. Who am I?
No, that's not good at all.
You also had a very creative double negative where you said not that I don't mind managing.
I'm trying. I mean exactly what I say. I want everyone to know.
In the nicest way possible. It does not sound like a thing that you're particularly suited for, my dude.
No, it's not. It really isn't. But I'm getting better, and that's concerning to me. Okay? It is.
Well, to be fair, there was a lot of room there for that.
Come on. No, I was closed off to it. Please.
Mark, take points away. Take some points away for that.
Yeah, try it.
What the fuck is true laugh?
Yeah, your real laugh. What the hell?
A true laugh came out again. Damn it, I gotta hide that better.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing a lot of that. But it is cool because when you are in this place where you are coordinating a team effort and you're doing it, I think, okay, hopefully. God, I hope they don't hate me. I hope I'm really not Michael Scotting it in there.
Dude, that feeling never goes away. In any situation where you're in charge of anyone for any reason, man, does that always in the back of your mind. Or maybe not for people who like being managers, but any time I've ever had to be any slightly managing anyone, I'm always like, God, but they fucking hate me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it needs to happen, but but you better do your job. Oh.
Through a team effort, Jason's been helping build this workshop, and then John, my buddy John, came over just the past couple days also helping. And it's amazing what kind of just three nerd brains can get together and kind of figure out. Because as soon as we were all in the same room, we just started talking tools. And I don't care if that's a sign of getting older. It was awesome.
Yes.
We were just talking about random tools, workshop stuff, 3D printers. We were talking about lighting kits, how to make whatever we wanted to make. And then, because John's much more experienced in 3D printing than I am, and kind of fabricating in general. And so it's that got me talking about SLA printers as something. Resin printing was never something that I really thought about, but I was like, if we have more people here to help maintain these machines and get the filtration, because it has a lot of fumes coming out of there. I don't know. It sucks that I'm doing less of the actual creative, but also it opens up doors to creative that I would not ordinarily be able to do just by myself. You know what I mean?
I need more people to talk tools with. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm slowly accumulating those Poser miniature toolboxes back here. And tools, man. Tools.
Whoa! Wade! What a tool!
It's out of the box and everything.
Wow.
Bob and I held these up last time together. We each had
What an incredible tool.
I got one of those somewhere over here.
Someone was really upset when I said, or had a problem with me saying that CNC was becoming more accessible. And they were like, well, this is crazy. It's like, the only thing not accessible about it is the price. And I'm like, what did you think I meant? What do you think I meant by that? The prices are coming down. They're more accessible.
This is not a podcast for poor people. If you can't afford a CNC machine, why are you watching this podcast? Didn't you read the fine print before clicking watch?
But it's crazy because all this is becoming more accessible. Even 3D printing is becoming more accessible. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, and I don't even know how good this is or how bad it is or unreliable, but a company called Elegoo, you guys know about Elegoo?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't know about Elegoo until I saw this.
Insert something with Gwyneth Paltrow and Elegoo joke. That's funny.
Give yourself points for that one, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Guys, I'm winning right now.
Yeah.
Editors, make 3 copies of me. All right, thank you.
Blow up the other 2. Back to 1.
Elegoo made this 3D printer that's a lot like the Bamboo Lab that I have, which costs like $1,200 for $300. An enormous drop in price, and it has the same build volume. It's probably not as fast, but it's the same type of printer, and it's probably not as able to get the temperatures like as precisely controlled. I bet there's some shortcomings there.
It's cheaper.
It's $300 though versus $1,200. That's 25% the price. You could buy 4 of those for one of the Bamboo Labs.
Yeah, if you couldn't afford one for $1,200, you can definitely afford 4 for $1,200.
Yes, exactly. Why buy one when you could buy 4? Also, Prusa.
That's basically a business.
Cheaper than a PC nowadays.
Prusa, which is a company that's like very famous for kind of like helping build the 3D printing landscape, they made Prusa Slicer, which is like, I think, the backbones of a lot of slicers for other 3D printers. And it's like they are also coming out with one that is competing with the Bamboo Lab in terms of price, called the Core something. Prusa, hey, Elegoo, you can set aside. Prusa.
We play favorites here.
Yeah, I'll play favorites to whoever gives me stuff. Give.
We're desperate.
Would you like a 3D printer? Wait, what would you print?
Oh. When I forget my slippers upstairs, maybe I'd print a pair to go back up.
Wait, I honestly think, given the state of technology, even you successfully 3D print something. If you got a 3D printer that you didn't need to set up,
Oh, I could. Listen,
you can use AI to generate 3D imagery now.
I could. I'm smart enough to do it, but like,
And then there are tools that will scan a 3D image into like a file that is printable. You can literally just say something like, make me a statue of me. And as long as it knows who you are, a file that you could put on your printer that you could print without having to learn almost anything, which I know is your favorite.
I could do well, but I am a smart guy. I just don't want. I don't want one. Like I just like, what would I print that I would actually want? Like that's my problem. I just don't want things.
It is true, right? Like a 3D printing thing is kind of cool for like replacement parts, making organizers. That's probably what most people would make. You make tool organizers, you make shelving organizers, you make...
Dude, Gridfinity. Oh god, would I print the shit out of some Gridfinity if I had a bigger volume printer.
But for me, what I'm building the workshop for is I want to be able to make any kind of prop, any kind of set decoration that we would ever need to make in my own workshop.
That makes sense.
Anything that you're making, you need to like have set decoration, you need to have props. You can make some really intricate things with 3D printing quickly and cheaply, and you can iterate and make multiple versions of it. I'm not looking for things to sell, but honestly, if someone wanted to, they can open an Etsy shop or on eBay or probably even Amazon, I bet, and you can sell your own things if you have the right designs and you make things that are useful to other people. Like everyone can print, but if you just think about what there's a need for, that's capitalism, baby. Everyone can make money. But it's not about that sometimes.
Which is really the point.
Well, of course. Well, we don't say that out loud.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the only point.
But anyway, SLA. Hey, whoever wants to give me a bunch of really cool SLA printers, I will sell my soul for it. I will shill out. I'll shill. I don't shill often, but I'll shill. I'll shill for it. I'll shill all over you.
Chill hard.
All right, and that's Mark's allotted time to beg for stuff.
I do spend most of my small time begging for things, and I don't get a lot. doesn't work, guys. Why is it working?
It has been a theme since... When did we start this podcast?
No one's giving me anything. Please.
They will. This time they're watching Ponderosa or whatever you said. They're watching
It's gonna work eventually.
Ponderosa. No, that's the restaurant. Prusa.
Yeah. Ponderosa.
Yeah. Anyway, it's probably because I don't check my business email.
you just have a bunch of emails just sitting in there like, Mark. Hey, Mark.
No one knows how to get to me, so I'm sure that's it. Anyway, yeah, that's me.
We've gone through the small talk. We've made our pleas for items. I guess by the time this comes out, it won't really make much of a difference probably anymore. But obviously, we all want what's best for Lexi, so let's keep Lexi in our mind. But for now, I'm going to try to give us all a different kind of distraction because I'm hosting an episode. And I do have a topic for today. Last time I hosted, if you all remember, we did an episode called Bring 'Em Back, where we went through some old phrases. And
Is that what it was called?
well, I had it called in my note.
Wasn't it called Right in the Sauce Box?
Maybe it was called Right in the Sauce Box in actuality, but Bring 'Em Back in my heart.
Ah, I see.
Right, the sauce box is pretty good, you know. Pretty good. But for today, I'm going to do something a little bit the same. We're going to do Bring 'Em Back 2! Yippee! Or Back Out of the Sauce Box.
Hey, editors, make 3 of me.
No, actually, just reuse the same assets. Don't cut out new stuff. I don't want you to work at that, but...
Yep.
I don't know what they're asking of you, but you can just leave me alone.
Editors, don't touch me.
No! No!
Only put all of our cutouts in Wade's camera.
Get him out of here! This is my personal space.
I'm so sorry, editors. I know you're trying to get ahead on these episodes.
Taking these off. I don't want to listen to you all anymore. This is much better.
I have a lot more specific requests for you editors, so pay attention during today's episode.
Enough of your editor needs. It's time for my weighty lead. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
So I had a long list of things here. We didn't get to as many as I would have liked, so we're going back in, and we're going to start off with a doozy here. I think you guys could figure this one out. Bob, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, okay.
For no particular reason, but you're going to go first.
Sure.
Tell me, Bob, what is a giggle mug?
That's giggle mug. That's a measurement of liquid volume. That's what that is. Derives from the amount by volume of absinthe one needs to drink, in one glass before you start giggling because you're having funny little, hallucinations, psychosomatic effects from the drink or whatever. So,
okay. So a measurement of like drunkenness or highness.
no, it's like there's like a highball and there's like a rocks glass and it's lesser known, but the giggle mug is of that origin.
Okay. Mark, now assuming Bob isn't correct, which he could be,
Diane.
what do you think a giggle mug is?
It's a oh my God, I don't think we can mention that. I was gonna say a fun non-wizard person, a funny non-wizarding person, but I don't think your definitions are kosher right now.
Ah, a muggle.
A giggle muggle. Yeah, no. I'll have to rethink of one on the fly. I'm just gonna keep flapping my gums until something comes out. Oh boy, here comes the ideas. They're about to flow. The genius is cooking. Let me cook, and here it is. And it's about I've got an answer. I forgot what the word is. Circling back to that in my head.
Giggle mug.
I didn't need your help. Go away. I got this. Get out of my head.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the answer. Oh, here it is.
In 2 sentences.
That was one.
One sentence, go on.
Okay, giggle mug. That is another word for dust bunnies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just another word for dust bunnies.
It's actually a sequel to the song Jitterbug. I'm kidding. A giggle mug is a person who smiles. Oh, smiling.
Sincerely, that was my guess, and I was like, there's no way it's that. That's just what it is.
Their mug as a permanent giggle.
That one sucks. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it said the same thing about you two.
I don't care. They're smiling all stupid. Why do I want their opinion?
That's what I'm saying.
Mark!
Oh.
What does it mean to take the egg?
It means it's a tactic, right? So if you're unpopular, you might risk someone throwing an egg at you. Even in this economy. Yeah, I mean, especially if in this economy they really hate you.
They really hate you if they're throwing eggs now, yeah.
So you learn to predict when a spherical white object is coming at you. Aim your head towards it, unhinge your jaw, relax your throat, and you take that egg. And you imbibe it.
This is unrelated, but I was at Skyline the other day with Molly. I was eating a cheese coney.
What does this have to do with this? How is this going to happen?
I was down to like my last bite of cheese coney, so there's a little bit of bread, chili cheese, whatever, and the hot dog, a little bit of hot dog left. I went to take a bite, and I don't know if I always do this or if I just happen to forget how to eat for a second, but I kind of like not Stanley Steamer, I kind of like vacuumed in the last bite, and I sucked that last bit of hot dog right out of the bun, and it flew back and hit me in the back of the throat, and I like immediately gagged and choked. But then I found it hilarious because I gagged on a wiener and I laughed while I was choking. Anyway, that happened.
That's great, that's great. You Stanley Steamered that thing right out of there.
The old Stanley Steamer.
The old Stanley Steamer make carpet suck. I don't know.
Stanley Steamer.
I'm so just lost now. What is happening?
What does it mean to take the egg?
Oh, that's right. When you said it's a tactic, Mark, I thought you stole my answer. I'm not gonna lie, but you didn't. It is a tactic, but it's more of a rallying cry. It's not a very specific tactic. It's a battlefield thing. Throughout history, men with power, who are the type of men who lead militaries, have been obsessed with lineage, right? And so it's sort of a saying that's derived from like you take the egg as in like make a son. You take the egg and you make an heir or whatever. But on the battlefield, taking the egg means taking the objective. Because that's the highest objective that you aspire to, is to make another son. All the sons.
Everything is conquest in their eyes. As it should be.
Everything is about power. Everything is about conquest. It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
So this is that lords on the battlefield used to just scream this as they were mounting a charge toward the enemy, just like, take the egg! And then swords clang, and very dramatic.
I believe it.
So I don't have a long explanation as to why this is the answer.
You're saying these definitions aren't 5 minutes long like what Mark and I give you every single time?
They're not. However, Bob, I'm going to give you this one because take the egg means to win.
No!
And getting the objective is like winning. I mean, that's pretty close.
Sorry, my light is all broken too. God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting whenever he was like tactics, I was like, all right, well, he's going to be with Mark here, taking some kind of egg to the face. But he's like, no, it's to take the objective, to make an heir, to...
Ah! Oh, I spilled.
Mark, what are you doing, man? You alright?
I'm trying, my light's falling over and it's not standing up straight because I don't know why.
Do they have like a stand you can put them on, or are they just taped to the wall?
No, yeah, but I don't have it right now. Balancing it on a fucking lens. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Balancing on a lens. That's my second top pick for that sort of thing. Stand it came with? Lens.
I don't have it here. I don't know where it went. Oh, it keeps twisting. There we go.
How you doing? You alright?
Nice and dry over there?
It's fine. It's a little spill. Tiny spill. Not a big spill. Tiny. Might as well not be a spill.
You need to clean it?
No, I sopped it. It's sopped.
Oh, it's sopped. Oh, heck.
Okay, as long as it's sopped.
Yeah, I sopped it. Oh, it's sopped.
Bro, you sopping?
I've sopped. Past tense.
You soap?
Has been. No.
You sup? You sup in here?
Supped. I supped. I supped.
Well,
Cheers.
Bob, we're to you first this time. While he's sopping and sucking. Tell me, what are whooper-ups?
Whooper-ups?
Whooper-ups.
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 This one's another one that's deceptively easy. This is another one that I think English. In America, we just call those pull-ups. But in America, we also just call those diapers. And in the UK, they call them nappies for some reason. So, of course, we call them pull-ups. They call them whooper-ups.
Like a diaper.
It's like a transitional like diaper underwear thing. So in case a youngish kid has like an accident or whatever, they soaks it up, keeps them dry. Whooper-ups.
Okay.
Incorrect, obviously. This is a tragedy of a word, a truly sad phrase. This is what happens when someone is so far down the rabbit hole of whippets that they can't even say the word anymore. And they're just like begging, please give me some whippets.
Okay, this is gonna sound really stupid, but what is a whippet? Is it like the song, when a problem comes along, you can whip it?
I'm not sure exactly what they're inhaling, but it's an inhalant. Is it like, it's whipping cream cans?
It's the stuff that's in aerosol cans, right? It's,
okay, yeah.
Is that like, it's not nitrous, is it?
I don't know what it is. Well, let's not even say what it is, because I don't know what's gonna do it.
Whatever gas is in aerosol like whipping cream cans, that sort of thing. The whippet is, the gas will have an effect on you, but also they put stuff in it to make it taste like buttholes. And so it's really gross to do that. It's really unpleasant.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that one's terrible. Absolutely brain cell destroying.
Yeah, I think it's like immediate brain damage type of stuff. Like it'll make you feel funny, but also your one-to-one correlation of losing things you knew before you took your whippets.
At the cost of living?
Yeah.
Okay, don't do that. So you think whooper-ups are like that?
Yeah, it's just tragic. Drugs.
Okay. Either I'm going to give you both a point or neither one a point because you're both wrong, but you both said things that are bad.
How's mine bad?
Well, it's in a good way.
I did phrase mine entirely bad, so yeah.
If you call someone a whooper-up and it's like a diaper, that doesn't sound like a compliment, right? Whereas if you call someone a whooper-up and it's like a bad drug, it's also bad. A whooper-up's an inferior singer.
What?
It's an inferior singers or whooper-ups.
I've been needing a word for singers who are less good than myself.
No, those are whooper-ups. Now you have a word.
Is that just like a modification of whippersnappers that singers made their own somehow? Like
sometimes I get a description, I get anything. This time I literally got inferior singers, period. That is the extent of the explanation I've gotten for this one. So, therefore, that's all the knowledge that exists in the world about whooper-ups.
Okay.
Mental floss, old phrases we should bring back. They know what they're talking about. This is all the information that exists in the record. The rest of it was in Pompeii. Very sad.
Very sad. Tragic. Extremely tragic.
Mark, what is a rain napper?
Kidnapper who uses rain as cover for his crimes. Or her crimes.
Yeah.
It's true. People use rain to cover up their crimes all the time.
Rain napper.
Because it's a convenient moment where, I don't know, something's out there. I heard it on TV once. I don't watch TV, actually.
Okay. The crimes are covered up. The rain napper was prepared. That's like a cool villain name, the rain napper. Bob?
This is actually a conspiracy theory. This is not what the government calls it, but this is what us normies call it because we're learning the truth slowly and surely. This is actually a type of aircraft, experimental aircraft, that it'll fly into clouds that are about to rain naturally, and it stops rain from falling so that the people who control it can control who gets water and who doesn't. So the rain napper is sort of what we like to call it. I'm sure it has some official, government designation, but
is that the same technology that makes targets really sad people and creates just one rain cloud over them alone?
They keep that for that exact purpose. Yeah, I think it's a different drone tech that actually sends those out. But the rain napper is how they gather the sadness clouds, and then they have a different platform for distributing the sadness.
I don't know why they harvest the sadness clouds. Like, they should stop that. They get it by separating baby clouds from their parent clouds. They're super sad.
It's an umbrella. Rain napper's an umbrella.
No, it's not.
I was close. It stops rain from hitting things that don't want to have rain on them, or that the man doesn't want to have rain on. Depends who's holding the umbrella.
Or the woman.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
All right, well, if Mark agrees, yeah, I'll give you the point.
All right.
No, it makes sense.
What does it mean to have your flag out? Bob, you're first.
It's just a fancy way to say your dick's hanging out of your pants.
Okay.
I concur. It's your dick.
Yeah.
It's your dick out of your pants.
At like the family barbecue or whatever. Like, hey, Jerry, your flag's out.
What about being soapy-eyed, Mark?
Were we right?
I'll tell you in a minute. What about being soapy-eyed? Just quick, 1 word, 2 words.
Don't rush me.
Oh, I'm gonna rush you because I've got a whole line in here. Just quick fire round.
I don't know if Mark's playing along with that or...
It's fine. He's doing his best. This is quick for him. We've seen him handle 2 sentences. Let's give him a minute for soapy-eyed.
Shut up.
As soon as the clock starts ticking, Mark goes from casually making jokes and stuff to being like, oh, soap eyes.
That's exactly what's in my head right now. Anything but soap in the eyes. Anything. Come on, brain. Come on. What about eyes with soap in them? Shut up, brain. Not that. Something else. That's literally what's going on.
You could do it, but hey, it's allowed to be eyes with soap in them. That's a valid response.
So then I was trying to like, okay, break it up. Break the word up. So, pee eyes. That's just pee in the eyes instead of soap. Come on, brain. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. It's the inability to come up with an idea.
All right, Bob.
So, soapy eyes. That's that look that kids get when you tell them not to do something and clearly they're not even listening and they're just glazed over. They got the soapy eyes.
All right, what about being full as a tick?
That's about confidence. It's like a check mark, right? I'm so sure I'm full as a tick. You tick it off.
Mark, full as a tick.
The greatest erection of your entire life.
Excellent. What if you're seeing snakes?
You see the greatest erection of your entire life.
All right, Bob, seeing snakes.
Actually, Mark is just right on that one.
Okay. What about being canned up?
I mean, clearly that just means that you're in jail, but I'm going to go ahead and say that what that means for serious is you're on the phone because you're talking on a string with 2 cans on the ends of it. Canned up.
Of course. Mark, canned up.
The greatest erection of your entire life.
You know what? Wait a minute, yeah.
Mark, what if you're zozzled?
Entire life. You're straight up zozzled, man.
You're on a fun thing that's happening right now. Mm-hmm. You'll see. Bob, zozzled.
Mark's actually close, but that's actually the emotion that you feel when you're in the locker room with your buddy after a nice workout or whatever, and he's having the greatest erection of his entire life. You're the one who gets zozzled.
What about being owled?
That's when a woman, or anyone, but historically a woman, because it's always a woman in this context, is looking so good, like they're dressed up and they're looking so ridiculously good that people are literally snapping their necks to look at them. You know how an owl can turn its head all the way around?
Yeah.
Getting owled.
Okay. Mark?
That's what I was going to say, but I'll come up with something different.
Sorry, bud.
No, because it makes sense. You're just getting owled.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were saying when you see a woman, you get the greatest erection of your life.
Yeah, you thought, but that's Mark's bit.
No, hey, I'm not a one-trick pony. If you're getting owled, you're getting straight up railed, and you just making owl noises. You just getting owled. You know, when you're having great sex.
Oh man, I love when that happens. Woo! What about if you're getting striped, squiffed, or squawked? I'm sorry, swacked. Swacked? Striped, squiffed, or swacked? 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 Any of those 3 things, Mark.
That's about 10 things, but...
You get a promotion because you get stripes, right? Or you get stripped of your old rank and they put a new one there. You get squawked, they say it over the radio. This guy got a promotion! Or, is that what they call it when you go up in the military?
Yeah, that's a promotion.
Striped, squiffed, or swacked? Yeah.
Swacked, sorry, swacked. Yeah.
And squiffed.
They squiff it off of you.
Bob, striped, squiffed, or swacked?
Is there actually this is not the full extent of them, but this is representative of the words from comics. This is under the S section of comic book onomatopoeia, where your Batman has definitely squiffed some people and swafted at them.
Do you guys remember what pretzel bender was?
Yes, the fifth element. It's the Avatar.
It's when you're having the most glorious erection of your entire life.
It meant a peculiar person, a player of the French horn, a wrestler, or a heavy drinker.
Oh, right, French horn. That's right.
Having your flag out, being soapy-eyed, full as a tick, seeing snakes, canned up, zozzled, owled, striped, swift, or swacked are all ways of being drunk.
Oh, Mark was close.
That was close.
When he kept going with the erection, I was like, man, if he just said drunk and kept repeating that for everyone, oh, the amount of points that would pour out.
But how many points did we get?
I'll give you one each.
Oh, well that... Okay.
Bob, you're up first for this one. Hotter than Dutch love and harvest. What does that mean?
Hotter than Dutch love in harvest?
Yep. Hotter than Dutch love in harvest.
Well, there's nothing hotter than Dutch love in harvest, so that's just the scientific name of the highest temperature it is possible to achieve in the universe.
Okay.
What was it again?
Hotter than Dutch love in harvest.
It's just really hot outside and sweaty.
That is correct.
I was assuming, because you've been going pretty obvious ones, and I was like, maybe there's going to be that. That's what I was thinking in my head.
That's so much more thoughts than the last one, where you were just trying not to say soap or eyes. He's learning.
I wonder if soapy-eyed means just like the general glaze of drunkenness, probably, like, kind of.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does. Still stupid, though. I'm not using that one.
Yeah.
This one's gonna take some explaining from all of us, I think, together, but here we go. Mark, and the bear got him and full of moist.
What?
And the bear got him and full of moist.
Did you accidentally delete some words out of that one, or?
I kept rereading it thinking maybe I did, but no. Okay, I will say this is a continuation from the last one, but go ahead. I don't know how, but I do, but I don't know how, but...
Okay, I got it. You're talking about your wingman from the night before was helping you out, went home with the friend who was playing defense, and then fell in love, married, happily ever after. The bear got him, and then moist. What was the other half of that?
Full of moist.
Full of moist.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is related to the hotter than Dutch love and harvest. But you know, Dutch love, bear got him full of moist. It all could connect.
Yeah, when you say it all together, I totally understand what it is. This is having to do with temperature, obviously. And if it's hotter than Dutch love and harvest, but then it's cooling off because it's going into the evening time, and then the bear got him and full of moist. So it's like, yeah, it's hot during the day, but at least it cools off when the sun goes down.
I have the definition. Let me read you the two definitions back to back. People needed a lot of ways to describe excessive heat in the days before air conditioning. One phrase was hotter than Dutch love and harvest, and the bear got him and full of moist. You might also hear the bear got him. The bear in this case was heat stroke and full of moist.
No explanation on that part?
Nope, that's all I got.
I feel like that's lacking.
Yeah, we don't need to bring that one back.
This one's probably pretty self-explanatory. Bob, hot as a half-fucked fox in a forest fire.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best up way to talk about it, I guess. But that's probably when something is so hot that it would burn your hand if you reached out and touched it. Because if you reached out and touched a half-fucked fox in a forest fire, it'd probably burn your hand skin if you were in that situation.
Your hand skin, if you're not that kind of thing.
Everyone has hand skin, don't give me that. Most people have hand skin. Hello, generalize.
Mark?
You're experiencing the greatest erection of your entire life. I'm feeling hotter than a half-fucked fox in a forest fire, baby.
It kind of works still. I can't even be mad at it. It kind of works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's writing down all the points I just got for that one.
Yeah,
I did write down points for you.
Give him some time. Give him some time.
13 additional points because it was so correct.
It's just a regional term from the south for anything hot.
I'm noticing a theme in your clues here.
That they suck.
All right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, man. I didn't say that.
Yeah, Mark, that's what Mark was going to say. I just read his mind.
Mark, what does it mean to pangwangle?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, didn't we do that one?
Wait a minute. We know this one.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we did this one.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I just watched right in the sauce box. I actually watched it.
You were just telling us about how you watched that episode.
Oh, but that was all the way in yesterday. Who would know that? Pangwangle?
Yeah.
Pangwangle.
I remember my answer. I don't remember what the real answer, because I said it was like a dance based on a penguin's waddle, but I don't know what you actually said.
Apparently you were paying attention to the wrong person when you watched.
I quit.
Hey, Bob, Pangwangle.
I laughed at Mark, but I don't remember either.
To live or go along cheerfully in spite of minor misfortunes.
I would never, ever have guessed that in a million years.
I don't even remember you saying that last time. I don't even remember.
What if he just changes the meanings just to fuck with us?
He might have. I bet he did.
I could link you the article when we're done, but not right now. What is a zib, Bob?
Is this one we've done before, or is this new? This is new, right?
The new one, a zib.
I'm pretty sure a zib is slang for a cigarette. Hey, can I bum a zib?
Okay. Mark?
So in the gun world, they call a blocked bullet in the barrel a squib, right? So a zib is nothing to do with that at all.
Right, okay.
I thought you were going to say what a German guy calls it.
Get your mind out of the gun world, because we're talking about zibs here.
Yeah, get your mind out of the gunner.
Ah?
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
A zib. Okay. All right. Zib, huh? A zib.
Sure is.
A zib. Yeah. Not the zib. A zib. Shut up. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing in the same call as you.
Good.
It's unrelated.
A zib's it's like instead of a bad car is called lemon, a bad motorcycle is called a zib.
Ooh.
Okay.
You're sold a bad motorbike.
I like both of your answers, and both of them are tangential. But a zib is just a nincompoop.
A nincompoop. What a word.
A nincompoop. Mark, what are bags of mystery? Not of. Bags o mystery. O apostrophe mystery. Bags of mystery.
Bags of mystery.
Bags of mystery.
We did this one, didn't we?
Did we do?
I don't think we did.
I recall
mystery.
talking about bags of mystery, but maybe I'm making that up.
Maybe you just know this one.
In Mexico, it's called a piñata. In Ireland, it's called the bag of mystery. Hang it up in a tree. Take a stick and whack the bag of mystery.
If you pick a different country, you might have been close. Oh, what are bags of mystery?
Bags of mystery is just a term for boobs.
The mystery.
I've always wanted to have a peek at me neighbor's bags of mystery. That's creepier than I meant, but you know what I'm getting at. Someone who would call them bags of mystery was probably creepy. Let's just be real.
I want our viewers and listeners to have the context that if you want to see your neighbor's bags of mystery, you want to see their sausages, because bags of mystery are sausages. Oh, what does it mean to give someone the wind?
It's when you specifically either position your ass in front of their face or their face in front of your ass to fart. And so you're literally giving them the wind when you fart.
Okay.
It's close, but this is screaming at someone.
I like that.
Giving them a piece of your mind. You're giving them the wind. Not from your south hole, from your north hole.
Other hole, different wind.
It could be, I guess. To give someone the wind is to jilt a suitor.
To what, a suitor? What are you doing to my suitors?
Jilt, jilt. It's like the end a relationship quickly. Quick breakup. You weren't expecting it. Like, you jilted.
I think what I suggested would accomplish that.
So would mine.
I think screaming at them or farting on them and giving the wind both could.
I think screaming more jilting, you know. Very jilting.
Some people scream and stay in love forever. Sometimes you just got screamy love.
Some people fart lovingly in their loved one's directions.
See, that one feels less generalizable to me. Some people probably do.
You're not screaming, I love you. You're screaming, oh, you.
Well, people have passions. Some people are passionate. Sometimes you scream and then you make up. I don't know.
I think I've got an easy one for you guys.
Oh, that's promising.
Mark, you're up first. What does it mean to give a body the flesh creep? Give a body the flesh creep.
I don't know about this one, man.
Yeah, now you know what? It is easy. I remember this one now. It is easy.
I know this one!
It's holding up a picture that's trypophobic to someone's and making them look at it, or rubbing styrofoam, yeah,
Okay.
to give someone the shivers.
Bob.
This is actually just the premise for a movie. Have you guys ever seen Weekend at Bernie's?
No, I haven't, but I know of it.
Where they rig up the dead body to move around and do stuff, and that's giving a body the flesh creep. It's when you rig up a dead body to still pretend like it's alive and to do stuff.
Mark, I gotta give it to you. To give a body the flesh creep is to give someone the shivers. More so used for like cold, but it's still like that goosebumpy shiver feeling. Like it's described as the shivers, and you said the shivers, so I'm gonna give it to you.
That is pretty close.
But to give a body the flesh creep, aka the shivers, can be used when it's cold outside. Or when you said styrofoam, you know how much I love it, so yeah, I gotta give you that one.
Oh, I have some styrofoam.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Go through the styrofoam.
Would lose points if you tried.
Wouldn't you like to know?
No, I wouldn't. Bob, you're up first though here, man. Let's pay attention to these statements.
Are you hearing that?
I'm gonna give you 3, because you're my friend, and you're gonna get 3 of them. Oh, colder than the hinges of hell, colder than a brass toilet seat in the Yukon, and so cold that the milk cows gave icicles.
I'm gonna say that those are all phrases to describe when it's really cold.
Wow, Mark, what do you think?
Can I say his? Can I say his?
You could agree, or you could say exactly what he said if you can repeat it.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You guys are... God,
Mark agreed, so I get extra points, right?
Oh, man, come on. Is that a fair thing to do?
No, it's not fair. No, because I thought that too. I even knew that. My dad milked cows once. He said that thing, and he's dead. So, I'll never get that again.
So close. Close.
More lip quiver and it would have been there.
We're so close to something. Whose turn is it to go first here? I think it's Mark's turn.
Yes.
Mark, what does it mean to have one's shirt out?
To be working so hard, you're sweating up a storm, you need to take off some clothes.
Okay. Bob, what does it mean to have one's shirt out?
That is a thing that you would say to someone if they packed their suitcase really poorly and articles of clothing or other things were like hanging out of the, like comically, like they closed it and stuff was hanging out of the suitcase. Hey, your shirt's out.
Okay. It means to be angry. Your shirt's out because you're angry, like ready to fight, I think.
I don't know about that one. That sounds stupid.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's right.
I'd rather have marks than that one.
It's a 19th century Australian thing. Australian said.
Nar.
Did you say Mark should get the points for that one?
He did say that. He did.
I'd say I'd rather marks was the truth than that one.
I mean, I was thinking about giving it to him there because, I mean, he said to get hot and sweaty, which is part of, like, the anger thing, but it's not, it's tangential, but not, like...
That's true, I guess.
But you agree, Bob? All right.
Okay.
You said that's true, I guess.
Well, that's true, I guess.
Bob, this is weird. I guess they don't... There's two of them here together. I'm going to give you. Off his Kadoo and off his chump.
Those aren't words.
Apparently 19th century Australians used the have one shirt out, but they also used these.
Guys, what are we doing with words, Australia?
Off his Kadoova, Kadoova, and off his chump.
Imagine. Oi, Musa. And cheers. Trying to cut.
Oh yeah. Eruption in the streets and an eruption in the sheep.
When you're done, you hop off his Kadoova.
It's like an erection.
So you're hopping off.
I know, actually, that could also, you could also use that at work. Like if your boss is giving you a hard time, be like, hey, get off my Caduva. Guy's been riding my chump.
Bob, I think I gotta give you this one. It wasn't exactly right, but it's someone who's acting a little bonkers, and if someone is off of their whatever.
I got that Gorilla Grip Caduva. Sure.
Actually rebranded in Australia as Koala Grip, but same idea.
We're stopping there. We've done it. That's it. I've got so many more. We'll come back again one day, but I think that was pretty good. I'm gonna tally up points. Bob, I'm gonna read your points first.
That's probably a good sign.
You got points for we're rooting for Lexi, because we are. Take the egg, rain napper, drunk, cold, Caduva, and hot fox.
What?
Hotter than a fox in the whatever. You got points for that one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Mark, you got points for not that I don't mind. Your double negative there. That's capitalism, baby. You also got points for drunk, hot, cold, erection, gives a body the flesh creep. I think I wrote shirt butt. Shirt butt? Shirt out. That's an O.
That's a lot of things.
Yeah, but you got extra points for Lexi.
Ooh, all right.
Mark, you got a total of 8 points. Bob, you also got a total of 8 points. So this is pre-wheel, but we're currently sitting at a tie.
How many wheels are we doing?
You'll find out. Roll a D3. 1.
Okay.
Interesting.
That means we are guaranteed a winner, I guess.
Usually every episode we are guaranteed a winner.
Well, yeah, but the one-man show thing.
What did you want to add to the wheel?
Point for wearing the least amount of clothing.
Interesting. Can you do that right before the wheel goes? Just start stripping as like a last-ditch effort? Like, I gotta win this.
I feel like right now I'm actually the one who's wearing the least.
Yeah,
But between you two, I don't know, because Bob's got an undershirt, but you've got a jacket.
I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing socks.
I could take off everything below the waist.
Do you have socks on, Mark?
No socks. No socks.
You guys might be ahead then by the socks.
All right, cool.
All right, well, there's 14 options, so it's not, listen.
Oh, I forgot to read my points. I got points for Slay, SLA, because I said I deserved points last episode for him and didn't get them, so I gave myself a point. And I got a point for Ella Goop.
Sure. All right, are we ready for our one spin?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Come on, tallest.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Most locked in.
I don't think I was very locked in this episode. I'm pretty sure.
It's kind of a competition between us to see who was least locked in, because I feel like I was also in and out a little bit.
I would fight for this if I felt like I was really strongly in it. Like I felt like I was just banging out the answers. But I feel like the editors might have had to cut out quite a lot of me waffling to get to this point in the episode. So
I gave 5 points toward Bob for things that were kind of I considered locked in, and 4 to you. We have a couple of your points for funny things. You went with erection for a very long time instead of coming up with the different ideas.
I was pretty locked into the erection, that's true.
Even though if you'd gone with drunk, it would have been actually correct.
If you got with drunk, this would have been a walk away. Wouldn't even been close. Hey, let's not overthink it. I'll take the point.
Bob's got take the egg, napper, hot and cold, drunk, and Caduva. Bob, you got it by the Caduva.
Ooh,
The Caduva puts you over the edge.
that's the way I like it.
That's fair. That ends with Bob at 9. And being our winner. Winner speech.
All right. Can I just say, I like the wheels at the end. I get excited. I know they're not always going to be the most interesting thing, but when shit goes crazy with the wheels, shit really goes crazy. And I'm here for it. Whoever invented that, and I think it might have been Mark, possibly the best idea in show's history. Just got it. Just can't praise it enough. Excellent work, everybody. Also, it helped me win today, so...
Until next week when it's like, worst invention ever, horrible, destroy it.
If the wheel is always on my side, I can't get mad at it, now can I?
I mean, it cost you last week with me, technically.
Bring stuff up. Remember who's hosting next time.
That's true. But you'll forget it by then.
I will.
Mark, loser speech.
And here we are again, losing with my friends. I don't know when it will ever end, but this is it. Distractable's over after this episode. So sorry. So sorry. I don't know.
Your rhyming scheme really started off strong, and then
Just like me with most of my content. Started off strong, terrible finish, but middle. And that, has people usually tune out by then, so they only see the best stuff at the front. I front load everything. Very few people even got to this end of the episode, so as for all they know, I crushed it, and I will crush it in the next episode.
you heard it here first. All downhill from below, everybody.
It sure is. Always was, always will be. But next episode, I've earned myself a right to compete again. Didn't get banished from the show, so I think I'll count that as a win.
What a silver lining to find.
A lot of rhymes in there. I could give you bonus points that don't count. I will.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't followed the podcast, do that. If you're not watching the podcast and you're not driving, do that. Or flying or boating or, biking, whatever. If you haven't already, check out these guys. Mark at Markiplier, Bob at Meister, me at Minion77 or Lord Minion777. Merch, maybe soon, possibly, should be, could be, would be.
It's coming. It's coming.
Stay tuned. Until then, podcast out.
This episode is brought to you by fast-growing trees. Get your garden flourishing this spring. They have the best deals for your yard. Up to half off select plants and other deals.
Plus, they're alive and thrive guaranteed. Ensures your plants arrive happy and healthy. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using code DISTRACTABLE at checkout.
Visit fastgrowingtrees.com/distractable.
Offer is valid for a limited time, and terms and conditions may apply.
What is your calling? Maybe it's something you love to do, a goal you want to achieve, a skill you want to learn, or a difference you want to make. You know it's part of who you are, and part of the life you want. But do you know how you'll get there? The military can help you pursue your calling, with countless opportunities to help you build a future filled with purpose. You have a calling. We have an answer. Learn more at todaysmilitary.com.
Spice up get-togethers at Whole Foods Market during the Flavors of Latin America event. Look for sales on shrimp for a tantalizing ceviche. Craving tacos? Save on their no antibiotics ever marinated beef skirt steak. Top your taco with their pre-made gallo, full of fresh tomatoes, cilantro, onions, and jalapenos. And get saucy for less with 365 by Whole Foods Market enchilada and mole sauces. Shop Whole Foods Market in store and online.
Good evening, gentle listeners and watchers, and welcome to Distractable. This episode, brain-damaged Bob gets boned by the doc, then wants to get closer to the boys. Monster Wild Wade ranks hard, has Sheev as a shrink, and Snaffles as shit kebab. Mendacious Mark has amazing girth, but never finishes, and gets screwed by exchanges, from suing over long ones to cooking. Yes! It's time for We've Never Done This Before. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Distractable. That's right, you never had a choice to begin with. No, we're not going to tackle the concept of free will today. Yes, I knew you would be here. No, I'm not going to tell you how I knew that. Yes, I'm excited to see you on the next episode too. Yeah, anyway, I'm your host for today. My name is Bob, and I'm the host because I won the last one. I did win the last one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I just started talking, and then I blacked out. I don't know what happened. Did I say anything weird?
Not as weird as me, apparently. Or maybe weirder, depending on what gov points. I don't know what did.
Yeah, anyway, this is a show where I'm the host and the other two guys are competing, and then whoever wins hosts the next one. That's the way it works. There are points. I have a scorecard. We write them down, or we suffer. No one has opted to suffer, though. He usually just finds something to write with.
Oh!
Sorry.
What?
He's suffering. Put him out of his misery.
He chose to suffer. He chose to suffer.
I got water on my poo.
He got food in my water. Hey, it's pretty good.
I'm not doing this for points. I'm just starving.
Oh no, Tyler got me the poo book and I actually got water on my poo.
Does it turn back into poo if you get too much water on it?
I don't know. I went to set my water down, and I don't know what happened, but I became the Hulk for a second and squeezed really hard, but then I also like pushed it as I did, so I like squeezed it and threw it, and just, go ahead, do your thing, man.
Yeah, I said how it works. Something, winner, host, whatever. How's it going, gentlemen? Let's just jump right into small talk. How's everybody doing? Wade's covered in poop or something?
I guess I could take it over while he's dealing with whatever in the hell he's doing. I'm doing good. I'll give you a choice. I could talk about my personal life or talk about this headline that's hilarious to me, but probably not actually hilarious, but it's intriguing.
I mean, I'd like to hear about your personal life, but the headline, you sold it so well.
Surgeons in India just successfully removed the legs and buttocks of a parasitic twin from the chest of a 17-year-old.
That is interesting.
I don't think the article is actually going to tell any more of the story than what the title is. I think the entirety of it is right there. Is this a really successful, odd operation?
How old? It was a 17-year-old?
17-year-old who had a parasitic twin, which I believe is a case where the twin is
partially
not
absorbed,
alive, but yeah, partially there. Like the cells were splitting when it was an embryo, and it didn't split quite right in some place, and then, you know.
It sounds like the 17-year-old is fine, hopefully, from the surgery, and I'm sure they were okay beforehand, but that's gonna be tough to live with, I got to imagine. I have no idea how big or small these things were, but that must just be kind of funky to live with.
Unless, because I'm telling you, the well is dry on news titles this season.
Why? Where'd all the news go, Mark?
Just nothing's happening. Everything's boring. But there is one that I want to read because I feel like it's sort of a PSA, but sort of a common sense, please. Texas official warns against measles parties as outbreak keeps growing.
I'm sorry, what is a measles party?
So I'm assuming that it's the same kind of idea as a chicken pox party, which also is not recommended anymore because there's a vaccine for that, just like there's a vaccine for measles. But if you do have a child with measles, do not host a party where other children come and get exposed to the measles. That's not how that one works.
Yeah, don't do that.
You don't do that.
When you asked what is a measles party, I thought of Weekend Update whenever Stefan used to be on there. Like, what is a measles party?
The hottest club in New York is Measles Party. They have everything. God, that was such a good bit. Dan Cortez.
All right, I got one last thing, which is here. Indian man awarded damages over length of commercials before movie screening. And I think this is interesting because the length of the trailers.
Yeah, he sued because he thought there were too many commercials?
Yes. And we're talking specifically about the trailers at this when the movie time starts, which has been getting egregiously high.
Yeah, movies start like 10 to 15 minutes after their allotted time.
The scheduled movie in Bangalore said the movie ran for 2 hours and 25 minutes, which is on the longer side of movies. It was due to start at 4:05 and due to finish at 6:30, but with over 30 minutes of time added in from trailers and advertisements, the man was late for work, which he was scheduled for at 6:30 when the film was supposed to end.
What, does he work right outside the movie theater he watched it in? That sounds a little bit like it's on him.
I don't know. I have no idea. But it is a weird amount of time that is dedicated towards these trailers and advertisements, which is all they are. They're trailers. They're advertisements for future movies, which I like trailers.
Yeah, we always try to get there in time to watch all the trailers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's too many. It is too many, I think, nowadays. They're usually about 20 to 25 minutes, I would say, in terms of trailers before the movie even begins. And they're fun to watch, but if you go to see a lot of movies, you see a lot of the same ones many times.
I guess I just don't even get that because, I mean, you see a movie trailer, maybe you're going to see the movie, but like, of all the trailers I've ever seen, there were only a handful where I saw the trailer and I was like, whoa, I was unaware of that movie. Now I'm going to go see that movie. It's always like, oh, I'm not interested in this. Oh, I'm not interested in this. Oh, I really want to see this movie already. Maybe it has more of an effect on other people, but that just seems kind of stupid to me.
You'd think they'd have to see good return on doing it or they wouldn't keep doing it. But there are so many and they're long. And when the movie time is supposed to start, the movie should start.
I feel like it would make more sense if the movie just started at the advertised time and the trailers ran before, and you had to get there a little early if you wanted to see the trailers. Because then it's like, you can't really be mad if you don't see the trailers, but also then the movie happens at a time where you don't have to guess how long. All of that aside, this dude won money for this? In a court?
Yeah, he won the equivalent of $574, which is not a ton of money. A movie theater can definitely handle that loss. But also some people were commenting, why didn't he just leave the theater at 6:20? You wouldn't finish the movie, I guess, but you can get a refund for a ticket if you really, really didn't like a movie. I think you can still get a refund.
I mean, I guess I just find it hard to feel too bad for a guy who was going to see a movie that, if it started exactly on time, still would have made him late for work if he stayed and watched the entire thing. Like, the argument that they play too many trailers, I'm totally on board with, but that's stupid.
Yeah, there is something about advertising a movie starting at 4 that doesn't start at 4 that seems wrong. But him being like, I was late for work because of you, it's like,
I knew what time it was, and I chose not to leave. And then I was late for work because I chose not to leave.
I also chose to watch a movie literally right before work.
Yeah, I mean,
only showing this century of this movie.
Look, I'm not saying that I haven't been there, but also, that's pretty much on you. You're going to make yourself late to work.
Well, not according to the law. He won money.
I just feel like, I mean, I don't know anything about the court system in India. It's similar to the court systems here. But that creates a precedent of, can't other people do that then? Can I just pick a movie whose theoretic end time would have made me be able to leave and get somewhere else on time, then just watch the whole movie and then leave when it actually ends, and then be like, hey, you owe me $600? And then the court has to be like, yeah, well, we did it for that other guy, so...
Yeah, it does open up the doors for a lot. I'm not sure how the legal system goes over there the same way as over here, but...
I assume it's similar, but I don't actually know.
Here's what they're going to do to change it. They're going to have the movie start time, still play all the trailers, but movie length, 3 question marks.
I think they should just stop playing anything once it hits the time when the movie was supposed to end. And if it ends with half an hour left in the movie, so be it.
No, they hit the accelerate. People don't have the attention span to watch at 1x speed. They got to do 1.5. It's really got to speed it up.
God, they adjust the whole movie to be like 1.1 speed, just the whole thing to make sure it fits. Oh, no.
Look, I've uploaded an entire video at the wrong aspect ratio out of a raw file that didn't even have audio. I don't think anyone's going to notice.
No, no one cares.
I never knew Brad Pitt was so squeaky sounding.
They're all so busy looking at their phones, they'll never notice.
Anyway, that's all I got for the news. I didn't talk about my life at all, but whatever.
That's fine. You don't have to do that.
I mean, I could, but it's more of the same thing.
Wade, what's in your life? Please, upstage Mark.
Well, you guys have heard about me reading Animorphs. You've heard about Path of Exile 2. You've heard me talk about Diablo 4. You've heard me talk about storage hunting. But have you heard me talk about Monster Hunter Wilds?
No, because it just came out, but...
Oh, it's so fun! I've already put so many... How much time have I put into it? I've not had any time to play, and yet somehow I already have. Let's take a look. 22.8 hours in like 3 days.
That is a lot. Yeah.
When did you start?
It came out on Friday.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter someone that already had 73 hours in the game, which is exactly how much time it's been out. Yeah, so I'm like Hunter rank 8. I've seen people that are like high rank 106 and stuff like that. I've been playing a lot. It's a lot of fun. I feel like early on it feels easier than the other Monster Hunters, but some of the fights I've gotten to recently have been a bit tougher, which is good. It's like a little bit more challenging, but not like impossible and annoying. So I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm excited to get into the harder fights, but man, another game on Wade's playlist.
Yeah, how are you going to possibly grind Path of Exile 2 enough now that you also have Monster Hunter in your life?
I'll do what I always do. Abandon the games I love before I finish them.
Ah, nice.
Because everyone loves when you don't finish what you start.
Is that a slight against me? I feel like that's towards me.
That did somehow feel like a personal attack against Mark.
You edging me, man?
I'm edging, but that's not your... That was an indictment on myself, not you. My big thing is I never finish games that I start, except for like 5 times.
I've never finished once in my life. Ever.
My man. This is why we don't have children. Hey, babe, you close? Yeah, all right. See ya.
Oh, good. Oh, very joke, man.
Hey, I'm happy to help.
The host doesn't always do small talk, but I've made a mistake. and I want to groan about it.
Grown away, man.
Mark has already told the story, so it's not that interesting. But you remember, Mark? You remember when you needed a prior authorization for medicine?
Oh no.
Yeah, our fucking insurance changed at the beginning of February. This is going to air further in the future, but even now when we're recording it, it's not February anymore. And I still don't have all the prior authorizations I need to get the prescriptions I've been taking for 8+ years to manage my diabetes, a chronic illness that's never gonna go away.
Something, the doctor wouldn't really second guess writing that prescription.
Is this just a fun insulin prescription, or is this a necessary insulin? We don't want anyone getting bonus insulin.
They want people to get their prior auths posthumously.
You know what's even stupider is I also take Ozempic, the real shit, not any of those fake semaglutides. No, I am actually the person who Ozempic was originally made for, because I am diabetic and it has helped my.
Oh, I thought you meant literally you. Like they met with you and they're like, all right, we're gonna find a way.
I'm the reason it was invented.
They named it after him too.
Yeah, little known fact. My middle name.
Bob Ozempic.
I've been using Ozempic since before it was cool. That's the first one I got. Of all the medicines I take, that's the one where I would understand if the insurance was like, does he need this? Or is he just trying to get skinny for free? Like, first of all, that part of it doesn't work for me. Not everyone gets skinny on Ozempic. I don't know if everyone knows that. Big disappointment on my end. But also, no, I'm just tired. Anyway, Mark, you talked about this a bunch. It's not news. If you're an American, you understand the horrors, but I'm trapped in the middle of trying to get prior authorizations for medicines I've been taking for almost a decade or more, in some cases, for a disease I've had since I was 17 years old. But whatever, they just want to check and make sure I'm still diabetic, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I know there's a list of, issues to tackle in this country and our society. But, I really wish that one would be tackled, relatively sooner from what it's currently being tackled at, which is never. Because, yeah, it's absurd. And everyone agrees that it's absurd. And some people agree so much that it's absurd that they take special action into these things. But our, official elected leaders seem to not think it's a priority.
Yeah, funny how that works.
My bald stylist would just say, go to Turkey. They've got the cure for everything in Turkey.
Probably get medicine. Every other country I've ever traveled to, I didn't get sick in all of them, but all the ones where I got sick were like when we were on tour, you guys had issues and stuff. Every other country, we were like, oh God, Mark's getting sick. Fuck, how are we going to get doctors? And all the people in that country were like, dude, come see a doctor. Medicine? Please. Oh my God, I hope you feel better. And we're just like, but how expensive was that? That was like, no bill? What? Shocking.
Hour of my time, I got seen, consulted with a specialist, got my medicine, $20 total.
For your old twisty testes.
Yeah.
Korea was the same way. And I know Korea's got some problems with their medical system right now. I can't remember what was happening exactly. I think it was a strike for one reason or another. Don't know the full situation. But even then, it's still seeing someone same day, a specialist, ear, nose, and throat specialist, same day, same hour that I walked in. Impossible to fathom in the States. Impossible.
We've talked about this before. I don't need to harp on it. But it's always flabbergasting. And now I'm the one trapped in the hell of prior authorization. So that's fun. That's one of the joyous things I've had going on lately.
Thankfully, I haven't had too much problem. Seems to be all right.
That's the only thing that's keeping me from yelling at people on the phone. Because it's like, eventually, once all of this is all settled, it'll be okay for a minute. But not there yet. Also, I wouldn't actually yell at people on the phone, but I get quite disgruntled. I try to be polite, but sometimes it's hard to not be like snarky.
I don't remember the last time I yelled at someone on the phone or customers. I don't think I ever have.
The one and only time I've ever yelled through a cell phone was during the original Bob's Fridge incident.
Right.
I did actually yell at that fucking guy on the cell phone. He did not care for that. I still feel bad about that, but also I feel like my anger was pretty like pretty justified all around in that situation.
Oh, you had a minor inconvenience or 30.
Anyway.
Yeah. I've been told by, a therapist in the past that anger is not always a bad emotion. Sometimes anger is a valid human emotion that needs to be tapped into.
Was your therapist Palpatine? So, Mark Fishbach, tell me about your anger.
No, it's like that if much like many things, if you repress things, because when I was a teenager, I was extremely angry all the time. So it's something that I worked on. But there's an unhealthy level of repression of certain emotions, and it is normal in a regular life that you're going to be angry sometimes. It just so happens that there's many things out there to get people angry, and intentionally so or unintentionally. But at the end of the day, sometimes, that anger does motivate you to things. The fuck you energy I have is technically some outlet of that anger. Every time I'm like, I'm going to prove them wrong, whoever wrong, that's kind of anger coming through in a little way. And so you got to release the pressure every once in a while.
It's like our F your dreams, F your nightmares, I'm going to beat you t-shirts coming soon.
I wouldn't promise too much.
Okay. New shirts, edging soon.
We've really been edging this merch for a very long time. It's going to be quite explosive by the time it actually launches.
Anyway, on to the topic. Hear me out. It's going to sound like it's just more small talk, because it kind of is. But listen, we haven't been doing this that long. Hanging out, talking, knowing each other. I thought it might be a great time for us to discuss some classic icebreaker questions and really start to get to know each other. We all work together. We see each other at the office. We wave in the parking lot. But do we really get to know each other on a personal level yet? I don't know. And I just want to, foster a little community. And I thought we could just go over some icebreakers and, maybe tell some stories, have some fun, make a little connection. Okay, I had a list of questions, and then I opened another note. And the first thing on that note said, Clue, but with a lot of extra rules. It's like, I don't think that's one of my icebreakers I put on my list. But I guess we're playing Clue now.
It could be a good icebreaker.
Miss Dorothy in the office with Miss Dorothy in the office with a knife.
Mark gave us Chess 2.0. I'm coming out here with Clue Type B sometime soon, but that's a different episode. Anyway, icebreakers. Here we go. What thing from nature, excluding all animals and creatures, best describes your vibe?
From all creatures?
No creatures whatsoever. Just something from nature. Plants, rock formations, anything that's not a living creature. What thing in nature, including like the whole cosmos, asteroids and whatever, what thing describes your vibe?
I know this one. I'm a stalactite, because I'm inside and I'm just hanging out.
I don't know why I felt guilty for laughing at that. That was a decent joke. It deserved a laugh.
It was also true. I'm a homebody. I like to chill.
So wait, was which one are you? Stalactite?
Heights are the one that hang, I believe. I had to look it up because I never remember the mite versus tight. I don't know how height, ceiling, mite, floor. I don't know. What's the connection?
Clearly, I know the difference.
My vibe, guys, the mighty redwood. Just tall, powerful, girthy as hell, unstoppable, well-respected, top of the tree food chain, if you know what I mean.
That's probably how trees work.
Napoleon syndrome, self-centered trees.
Get a lot of burls that everyone wants to come steal off you.
Yeah, people always after my burls. They are, that's true, yeah.
You're like the Lucky Charms leprechaun of burls.
Except, a tall leprechaun, tall tree.
Sure, yeah, well, whatever.
Like
whatever you want.
Whatever that is. An elf. Is that
an elf? Are you saying an elf is a tall leprechaun?
Yeah, why not? Have you ever seen a tall leprechaun and an elf in the same place?
You got me there.
Yeah. I think Lucky's kids, like there's one that inherits the family business and the rest go to work for Santa.
Who's Lucky?
Lucky Charms.
Is that his name? They're not called Lucky's Charms. They are Lucky Charms.
Yeah, but he's also called Lucky.
But he says they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
They're all after me, Lucky.
Oh, there's
Charms.
There's a comma in there. There's several commas. They're always after me, Lucky.
Lucky the Leprechaun,
That doesn't make any sense.
also known as Sir Charms.
Sir Charms, he's a knight?
Mascot of Lucky Charms is Lucky the Leprechaun.
God damn. I mean, look, fair enough. I don't know about these things. I'm gonna have to defer to Mark. That's the nature of breaking the ice. All right, totally different direction.
What, are you answering, Bob? I guess it's only us answering, but I'm curious what represents you.
I like to think of myself as the waves on the shoreline, the Michigan shoreline of Lake Michigan. Pretty chill, but capable of going red flag and getting pretty wild, but generally pretty chill.
Salty, right?
Oh, Lake Michigan.
Aren't the Great Lakes saltwater?
No! They would not be lakes if they were saltwater.
I thought they were saltwater. I don't know.
They're
Never-
lakes!
Isn't there? Oh, is it called the sea if it's in land bound but salty?
Oh, the Great Lakes are freshwater, but they become saltier okay. They're not salt water, but they are saltier.
Yeah, they connect to the Atlantic Ocean, but it's a long connection, and they're very big.
There's a long connection, and those are called brackish waters when fresh mixes with salt.
I'm that. That's my vibe.
All right, I think we talked about this one before, but I don't remember what the answer was, so if we've done it before, just say it fast. What is the most used emoji on your phone right now?
I can tell you this because it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the water polo player, and I don't know why. It once showed up in my top emoji list, and I've never used it before, but now I always use it because it's just always there.
Is that yours, Wade?
Yep.
I don't even know how to describe that. What face is
Gritted
that?
teeth face? I don't
Gritted
know.
teeth, or he's all, "Ugh," but he's not smiling.
If they're my top three, it's the gritted teeth, the heart emoji, and then the shrug. It's the guy going like...
The shrug is appropriate for you. I can see you texting that a lot to people.
Actually, these are my next most used emojis.
Those make sense. I don't know why you have a water polo player as your most...
I don't know.
Wait, what is this? My third most used emoji is an Apple Genmoji of a lion playing football. I guess I text about Lions football a lot to people. Also, my number one, I just want to say, is the fork and knife sitting next to each other, and it's because that's what I call Fortnite in text message forms. So I text, there's several groups that I'm in where I'm like, hey, you guys want a fork knife?
Okay. Fortnite and water polo living in your guys' heads.
I don't know what the deal is with the football lion. I swear I use other emojis. I made that once. I think we have talked about that, but I just wanted to know, you know?
So water polo, fork and knife, and gritted teeth.
It makes sense when you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this one won't be contentious. I know we're only just getting to know each other. This is kind of a question for all three of us, but mostly for you two. If you could be one of the other two people on this call, who would you choose to be?
How long term is this?
Say swap until you both agree to swap back.
Well, if one of you pick me, you never go back, so I'm kind of scared.
I'll call that bluff. I'll take it. I'll take Wade. Wade, you don't get to take me though. We have to circularly trade.
I wouldn't. You're short. I want to keep my height, so I'm taking Bob.
And your knees aren't going to hurt, and your hips aren't going to hurt, and your back's going to be fine.
So I have to be Mark then? Is that what we've just decided?
Well, I think you still get a choice, but Mark and I apparently don't.
Don't listen. Don't make it be like that. I know I said it like that, but don't take it like that.
You be whoever you want to be. I was going to pick you for height. I like height.
I was honestly thinking about picking Mark, partially because it's hard to imagine what the world looks like from such a short height.
It's only a 6-inch difference.
Also, you could finally get a movie out, unlike someone we know.
Well, Mark just has so many like hobbies and stuff, and I feel like I'm in a similar vein, but I'm just less committed than Mark to my hobbies. So I'll sit here and I'll learn. Like right now, I'm learning a lot about woodworking for hobby reasons, but I don't do it. If I was Mark, I would have tools. I would have made a chair at this point. I guess I admire Mark's dedication to just like actually doing shit instead of just sitting around.
But I think, yeah, it's just a body swap, right? It's a mind state.
I know, but if I was in your body, then I'd behave more like you. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just assuming.
There is a mind-body connection, I know that, and I guess if you're considering like the brain, the way it's configured, but I was assuming we're just going to ignore that.
Philosophically, there's the whole mind-body problem.
I mean, we can or cannot address the philosophical side of this question as much as we choose to, but plus you already have a bunch of cool stuff. Like I'm not gonna have like the workshop, and you've been working on the workshop. That sounds really fun to me.
You could build a bitchin' garage workshop with not a lot.
But we keep our cars in our garage because we live in a place where it fucking snows and shit.
Forget that.
Oh, but the snow, Mark.
Forget it.
The snow.
Forget it. Basement workshop too. That's pretty good too.
I mean, it's the storage room, but there's a side room down here that's sort of like the utility storage room. That could be kind of workshoppy.
It could be. You don't have to start big. Really, what I've identified is going to a Ryobi sale and buying all of the tools that are on sale is not a good way to get anything done. Apparently, this is not the best. Don't matter how many free batteries you get, don't do it. It doesn't matter how much of a steal it is. It's just going to take up space. Yeah. You could slowly build out something, or you could quickly build out something. There's always like great deals to get used sets of things. Oh, there's so much you could do.
Or you could play Monster Hunter and build a new set of armor every time you kill a new monster.
No, the used tool market. I am excited about Monster Hunter, and probably after this, that's what I'm going to go do. But the used tool market is interesting. There's so much good shit out there.
It is. And the technology for everything is turning over so fast. There's always a cycle of people getting rid of old tools that aren't even old. They're completely functional.
It's true. If you want or need tools, or if you're trying to get into a hobby that requires tools, definitely check out, like, I just sit and I just look on Facebook Marketplace a lot, but there's a lot, like, there's also like forums, like Reddits and stuff on, like, there's so many good tools that are already out there. You might as well just get a used one.
Did you see Michael Reeves' Facebook Marketplace video?
Yes. Yeah, with the lowballing bots,
yeah,
and then
the gaslighting bot.
God,
wait, you got to see it.
That was very so funny.
The editing on that one was particularly insane as well. I don't know, but yeah. Wait, you got to check out Michael Reeves' Facebook Marketplace video. I'm not a Facebook Marketplace guy, but Amy looks at Facebook Marketplace and finds tons of great deals there. I don't use Facebook anymore, but if I did, I would go there.
I'm annoyed that I have to go through Facebook to look at Facebook Marketplace, but like Craigslist isn't really a thing anymore. But around here, Facebook Marketplace is definitely the best.
Oh, this guy gets way too many views. I only watch small creators.
He's pretty small. He's even shorter than Mark, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Not height. I watch tall creators that get small amounts of views. Is it a bot that scams people? Is that the video I need?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm also was just surprised how effective it was. I think he might have just got a lot of luck. I have no idea, but it was, the whole premise worked out so much better than I would have expected.
If you're selling, the sticker was the most surprising, because if you're selling a sticker that's listed for $5 and you accept it for $3, I'm not gonna drive somewhere to give it. I'd waste more in gas if I had a gas car than I would making the money off of the sticker.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, maybe you hope they come back. Repeat customers, that's what it's all about.
There's a lot of Facebook's Marketplace sticker resellers out there, you know?
I feel like an ice wall is forming between you two and I right now.
You don't have to like everything we like. We're all just bonding over things.
We're bonding.
Bond. All right, I don't know why I like this one, but I feel compelled to ask this because I can't let it go. If you could safely eat any inedible object, like from now to eternity, you could always eat this object, what would it be?
It's nothing I would want to eat. This is like a you have to, right?
Yeah, you have to. This is a thing that you have to pick.
Tacos.
Ah! I know. Lava. Because that would offer up some pretty interesting party tricks, and also suggesting I have really incredible heat tolerance of some time if I could eat it.
Your shit would be wild.
It would be. I wouldn't do it a lot, but imagine. Like a villain's trying to lower me into a volcano, and I'm like, no, oh no, not this. And then I eat my way out.
You just eat your way out.
My first thought was chapstick, because I don't know if it smells so good. Like there's a cherry one.
I'm pretty sure you just can eat chapstick if you want to. I think that's probably fine.
I would eat garbage.
Oh,
Then I wouldn't have to deal with it or throw it away. There wouldn't be a mess. I could just get rid of it.
I feel like that's a little bit general, but I actually had the exact same thought.
Hey, we've thought a lot alike lately, and it's usually not ended well for me.
Yeah, no, it never works out very well for you. I don't know if, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't know if I would say that counts or not, but I like it. What I landed on was I had that same thought, and I was like, well, maybe garbage is too vague. I would eat plastic, because a lot of plastic is not even recyclable, and even plastic that is technically recyclable is not broadly recycled in some places, and it's not efficient to recycle it. You might, like, manufacturers might as well just chuck it and make a new one out of new material because it's so much cheaper and simpler. They don't have to like clean it or do any bullshit to it. If I could just eat plastic, I'm curious what my poops would be like, and if I would like digest it or if it would just go through me. But if I could eat it and like make it go away, you know, physically speaking, I feel like that would be awesome.
I'm assuming eat means you digest it.
If I could eat plastic and digest it into poop, that would be awesome. I would do that. That'd be very cool. But if I could just eat garbage in general, I feel like that would encompass my idea, and I would that was my pick. The setup doesn't say anything about it tasting any differently, so it potentially still
Would suck.
would just taste like garbage. You could safely eat it, but that doesn't mean that like you would enjoy it or whatever. But
A little bit of salt and butter, it'd be fine.
I mean, you could make the garbage into like, you know, garbage loaf, season it up.
Onion, shit kebab.
Shit kebab. Wait, no, why does it have to be shit? What do you mean garbage
Just
kebab?
like shit stuff. Just for the fun of saying shit kebab.
It's really boring that Wade and I thought the same thing. I'm going to take some points away for that.
That sounds fair.
What is the worst piece of advice you've ever been given? And bad advice.
I don't know if this is true, but the first one I thought of, because I don't finish a single fucking game I play or think.
Legend for life. Never finish.
You just think that's bad advice because you're incapable of following it, or?
I think so.
I feel like that's.
What?
I also don't follow that advice, so I'm totally with you. But
I think the worst advice I have ever received was probably something to do with investing in foreign exchange currencies.
I remember Forex, Mark. I remember that. That was a phase, man.
It was a very brief window, and you know, it was crazy because I was like, oh yeah, I got the strats, I know what to do, I got some money, I've been working this job, and then, you know, that story ends with me in a bathroom stall, hunched over my cell phone, watching a red line just go down and down and down and down and down, sweating like, oh god, oh, I should cancel it, but it might go back up. Oh, I guess still going down. Yeah, so I lost about 40% of my money in one move, and then I never did it again.
Honestly, of all the different types of like fast-paced day trading stuff, Forex does strike me as one of the things where if you just develop a really simple system of rules and you don't do anything crazy, you kind of could probably make a little bit of money at it, but it's just probably not worth that much.
Yeah, you're to the whims of an unknown world.
But now we got crypto. Dude, imagine if crypto had existed the way it does now when you got into that. Because that was in college, or is it directly following college? That's like in college,
no, it was
right?
in college, yeah, and it was pretty early on. It would have been around the same time that crypto, the idea might have just been getting started, but
that like Bitcoin existed, but it was still sort of more for the Silk Road than anything else.
But I'll be perfectly honest, even if I had started when it started, I would have sold so long ago. It would have hit like $1 and I would have been like, oh, I made so much money.
No, imagine when we were in college and Bitcoin released, you could buy Bitcoins for like cents a coin.
You could mine it on your computer and get tons of it.
Yeah.
It was worthless.
Fucking imagine. There probably are stories of people who did hold for that, or like lost their wallet and found it back, whatever. But
what do you do? Like, how do you sell Bitcoin? Who buys it? Like, it's worth so much money.
Get into that,
bro. The blockchain, bro. What do you mean?
Everyone's like, Bitcoin's worth so much, but no one ever gets their money from it. It's just worth so much.
It's worth so much because there are specific exchanges on which you can buy and sell crypto, and it primarily has value because of and on those exchanges. It's not any different from other money, except that it's not backed by any specific government or whatever for its value. It has value because everyone collectively agrees it has value, and you can...
But can you ever get anything?
You can
with
use it in some places to buy things sometimes. Some really cool Web3 companies are like, yeah, we take USD, Apple Pay, and Bitcoin, and so you can pay for your whatever service in Bitcoin, but it's not really. No, not seriously.
It's almost always traded back for money.
I'm keeping my advice. Finish what you start.
Was it a specific person that got you into foreign exchange stuff, or was it just like a thing you sort of came across and...
No, it was just, I must have saw some video or some guide online that everyone's like, hey, come on.
I was so close. If I had any money when you were doing that, I was like, I watched. I had like screens pulled up with like all the charts and shit, and I would sit there and I learned a bit about the patterns, but I didn't actually have money. So it was very theoretical for me. But I had money though, man.
I guess the importance of a college degree would also be like, I feel like college was important. The degree itself,
Wade's
not
over
so
here
much.
thinking like me again. That's what I was gonna say.
College.
But like, I still think education's important. Just the degree itself maybe isn't as useful. But I'm glad I had philosophy.
I feel like the thing about that I have a gripe with, because I'm in no way am I anti-education. The thing about that I have a gripe with is specifically kind of like what you're saying, the 4-year college. Any time since I can remember from being in school and being a kid, all of the like guidance counselors and everyone teach career be able to get, but it from it and completely, as there are associate's degrees, there are other pathways, there are apprenticeship programs. They're not as plentiful as they could or should be, maybe, and it's like, it's not like it was 50 or 80 or 100 years ago where you could just go straight out of high school or not even go to high school and go find somewhere and make a career necessarily. But some people just don't fucking need to go to college. And it's not because they're not smart enough, and it's not because they're like less or what, like it's nothing like that. They're just not, they don't thrive in school. They thrive in a place where they're doing something, where they're building something, where they're like, it's just not, school isn't something that everyone is equally suited for. And it fucking sucks, because I've had friends who were really bright people, who were really smart, who got sucked into college and were just fucking hated it and thought that they were so stupid because they couldn't like thrive in college the way that they saw other friends and classmates doing, and they are not stupid. It doesn't work that way. I find that very frustrating, but it's a particular thing because I am very much pro-education, but there are lots of different ways to learn shit in the world and turn that into a way to have like a job and a career and a life. But that's a weird thing to talk about in the world that we live in, because
We hardly know each other.
yeah, we're basically strangers. But listen, kids, you don't have to listen. Oh, fucking, I just touched my pen to my lens. Are you okay, lens? I don't care, you're cheap, lens. Let's be honest.
Did you zoom in to see if you could see the lens better?
Yeah, I'm looking at the lens up close. Not actually zooming in, I'm just moving my face closer to it to look at it. It's an optical illusion. Well, this one's interesting, because we all live in different places. And by all of us, I mean one of us. What's your favorite thing about the place that you live? It doesn't have to even be like your top favorite thing, but like pick a favorite thing, pick a thing you want to talk about that's like a favorite thing about the place that you live.
For me, the weather's great, and that can't be beat. Obviously, there's, natural disasters. I'm not talking about that. Weather is great. There are tons of opportunities for my career out here that work really well for me. Met a ton of people here. There's a lot of, this is kind of like weirdly specific, but there's a lot of, and I'm not saying there aren't in Ohio, but there's a lot of really specifically ambitious people here. And so there's a higher likelihood of meeting those other ambitious types that really want to kind of independently focused and like self-starting, and so that's been really appealing and good for me to meet. And it's usually they come from other places. They're all over the country and the world, but this is one of the hubs where a lot of those people congregate. So I think that's good. I'm not a people person, but it's really, really handy to be able to meet people that are really skilled in certain specific skills, and they're all in one place or within like an hour's drive. So that's cool.
You do have to be a certain kind of crazy and or just really motivated to like actually make it work in LA, because it's, of all the cities I've been to, LA is one of the more unpleasant but also one of the craziest.
There's pleasant parts of it. Downtown LA,
Kind of shit that goes on in LA is wild.
yeah, it's a story every day.
5 syllables. Cincinnati, Chile.
It's okay, we don't learn a lot of counting in Ohio. Not what we're here for. We're here for the chili.
Education.
That's what your favorite things is. Like
You said it doesn't
Cincinnati
be the
chili?
favorite. You just said pick a favorite.
I said one of your favorite things.
One of my favorite things.
That's just a thing that I wouldn't think is up there for so many people. It is for me, is why I'm surprised. I'm a big Skyline fan in particular, but
Look, I've got family and friends here. There's a lot of restaurants, familiarity, comfort. I think cost of living. I think it's beautiful here. Those are all great things. But man, I can't imagine living in a place where I can't get Cincinnati chili.
The only substitute here is there is a place in Burbank, I think, that has a Cincinnati native that made a Cincinnati chili place.
oh, that's cool.
I haven't been there yet, but I think it exists. I'm fairly
Just
sure.
let us know how it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I like my Skyline, my Gold Star. I've not tried Blue Ash chili yet. I want to try it, but like, it's one of the things that's I can't see myself leaving behind. There's one that opened in Orlando. Someone that trained in our hometown of Milford. There's a Skyline there. They opened a location down in Orlando, Florida. It'll never be as good as it is here.
No, for sure. No, I don't disagree. It is something. We went back. I had it twice, maybe 3 times actually, in the time I was around.
That's a lot.
You still counting, Wade?
I really thought I had it.
You almost did, man. You almost did. Don't beat yourself up. about it.
Cincinnati chili. That's how I did it. I was like, Cincinnati chili. Perfect.
That's like how like third graders do syllables when they're learning it. They're just like, you just make your fingers go at like the same speed as you're talking.
You ever do the chin one where you count syllables? Cincinnati chili.
No.
You count syllables.
I've never heard of that one. Not even a little bit.
My chin doesn't really move that well. It does. It moves a bit. It doesn't move very much when I talk.
No, but you exaggerate it when you're trying to do the syllables.
I think I probably don't do that one for that exact reason.
Okay.
What is one skill you think everyone should possess, regardless of who they are or what they do?
Communication.
Broad, but I like it.
God, man, the ability to talk and communicate, listen and speak, the most important in relationships, life, everything. So many things are just, they go wrong in everything because of lack of communication, proper communication.
This is kind of robbing that one a little bit, but I think in specificity, I think everyone should speak a second language.
That's a little different. I see where you're going with it.
And again, I'm not fluent in Korean. I'm trying, but automatically it opens up your worldview to know another language, because in that you can taste one more culture, and that's big. Even in America, if everyone also spoke Spanish, it would be an incredible, like, larger part of interaction happening with people like from Mexico or of Spanish descent or anything like that. And then Spanish also is a gateway language to like French and Italian and all those other Romance languages. And so there'd still be plenty of people that are prejudiced and biased. That it doesn't stop anyone. It doesn't make anyone a miraculously good person or fix everything. But they would at least be literate, because if they could speak to, well, maybe not. There's people that speak multiple languages, don't read it. But there'd be a little more going on up here. You know what I mean?
Well, your answers make mine seem pretty frivolous now. My thing that I landed on was cooking, which is a little broad, but if communication's allowed to be one, I think cooking. Like, you don't need to know how to cook to survive, but I feel like if more people had a fundamental base of cooking, like basic cooking skills, it just makes life that little bit better, right? When you're, especially in the world that we live in, like, you don't always have a lot of money for fancy ingredients or nicer, higher end ingredients. Sometimes you get the same stuff week after week. You live in a world of a lot of like rice and beans and things. Simple ingredients can be just as delicious as fancy, expensive ingredients. It takes more technique and knowledge, maybe, but that's a thing, right? If I know people who like don't like eating now, or have some specific foods that they won't eat, and not for reasons like Wade, where like cilantro tastes like, that's like a genetic thing. They just like, they think they don't like food, but the problem is they grew up and like their both parents were working, and that, you know, food was secondary. They ate what they ate. It was a lot of canned stuff or whatever. It can be delicious, and I feel like when food is delicious, it just sort of improves your overall quality of life. But it's hard to argue that people should spend a lot of time cooking or learning about cooking when, you know, shit's hard. Now, it feels stupid. So thanks. You made me feel really stupid. Thanks, guys.
That was our goal. Denata. Right, Mark? Denata.
Pronounced Donato's, Wade. It's a pizza place.
Oh, Donatos.
Anyway, I had some other ones, but as per usual, I hate them now, even though I took the time to write them down. So I don't want to talk about those. I think that was enough. I think the ice is broken. I think we know each other better now. Now we can all stop pretending to be friends and get the fuck back to work. So...
You guys want to get together, get some chili?
God, no. Can't wait for this conversation to be over. Go on. Back to... I will read the points now in a perfunctory manner. Oh, wait, no. Should we do the wheels first? Should we do the wheels first?
We usually do the last. You can do whatever order you want, man.
I just don't even... It's all different now. All right, I'll read the points. Mark, you got points for cool surgery. I've never finished in my life. Girthy redwood, water polo emoji, and eat love.
All right.
Eat lava. Eat lava. Wait. What? Garbage. 5 syllables.
I'm gonna go talk to my Palpatine therapist after this episode.
You might think I was prepared to roll a 3-sided die. This is kind of a disadvantage for me, but I want to go with shirt is closest to their own background.
Yippee! Wait, hold on. You're welcome. It's gotta be in there somewhere.
Sorry, the sign is not Wade flesh toned. Yeah, it's kind of Mark today, but Wade, you wear a lot of like gray shirts, and I do have purple shirts that I wear sometimes.
And I usually wear dark shirts, so this is uncommon.
Something about that shirt tone, it is an unusual color for you. You wear a lot of like dark stuff and like greens, and
if I wear a green shirt and I tell the editors to green screen it out,
I don't get to see that. But we can talk about it when it happens.
Okay.
Oh, anyway, 3-sided die. Well, I got a 2.
All right.
So we're doing
Love that.
2 spins. I did not tell you who is ahead.
I wasn't counting either, so I have no idea.
It's Wade. Wade is ahead.
Okay.
And there are 2 spins, so I'm sure nothing bad will happen to me.
Come on!
Eh? Okay, that's not gonna do much.
Oh, God.
Oh
my God.
What the fuck is that so loud?
It was last time too, but I swear it gets louder each time.
I don't know how to make that be not loud.
I don't know.
All right, point for, what was it? Point for listeners.
Listeners. No, viewers. It was viewers because viewers disappeared, and it's on listeners now.
Well, I'm just going to write listeners, and you're just going to have 0 points on this scorecard. So you're going to be in 4th place, listeners. And spin number 2. Hopefully with no sound fucking destroying your eardrums. Again?
Oh, shit.
I felt pretty confident about every one of my answers. I'm pretty sure that I could say that it was me strongly through it.
I looked for some punchlines. He was locked in during the small talk, and I was making light of it. I would say Mark was more locked in than I was.
I was definitely more locked in.
I'll accept it. Mark gets the point for being most locked in, which makes the final scores Listeners, 0. Yeah, take that. Viewers, 1.
Woo!
Wade, 7. And Mark, 6.
Oh.
Fuck.
Which means that Wade wins.
Wow.
I
What a way to mislead that.
Why did you get so excited?
I was so ready for it, man. I know usually if I'm read first, it's not a good thing, but yeah, all right, real subversive.
You were just really invested in that one. I felt it. Anyway, congratulations, Wade.
Thank you. Is it winter speech time?
Yeah, winner speech it away. Go for it, buddy.
Bob, great episode as always. Thank you for having me. Mark, it was well fought. You were locked in. You were right there. But ultimately, it comes down to Palpatine and Schlee. And if you don't have those two things in your life, what really do you have?
Truer words have never been uttered out of Wade's mouth. Mark, loser speech?
This was unfair. I've been... Oh, fuck.
Wait.
I allow it!
Yeah, I mean, we're giving the speeches, but look, I guess technically, if we're going to do this, what's unfair is Wade is winning. So if Mark wins,
I buy it.
Mark wins.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if it is deemed fair, Wade gets double win. I don't know what that means, but
I'll take it! So heads for Mark, tails for me?
yeah. So if 3 heads, Mark actually wins this episode. The score doesn't change. Mark just wins this episode. If 3 tails, Wade double wins this episode. Whatever the fuck that means.
He gets 2 wins for the season championship, which probably ended by now. I don't remember.
It's almost definitely maybe over. Who cares? I mean, who knows? I do care. I want the trophy. But anyway, flip them, boys.
His heads?
Heads.
Tails.
Ooh. Oh, man.
I wanted to cheat so bad.
I did too, but the other way. Oh, I saw it land heads and I was like, what do I do? This is bad for me.
Anyway, Mark, continue your loser speech now that we have deemed that completely fair.
It's legally declared to be fair, so I have no right to complain. I need to tear up my previous loser speech, which was going to, and then my follow-up winner speech I was going to read, and now I'm left with a nothing speech where I feel like nothing, am nothing, and will never accomplish anything. I am not a mighty redwood. I am a lowly dandelion, just blowing away in the wind.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone, for competing. Excellent use of the unfair bit, Mark. I respect it.
Thank you.
I look forward to that coming up later on,
We should make a rule that it can only be if there's a 1-point margin.
because otherwise it was clearly pretty fair.
We won't remember that.
I'll remember it. I remember.
Anyway, make sure you follow Mark and Wade on their YouTube channels and social media stuff. And I have those things too. And make sure you follow the podcast, because then your devices will tell you every time there's a new one. It's Mondays and Fridays, but, you know, just in case you forget. Thank you so much for watching or listening to another episode of your favorite podcast. That's it for this one. Wade is going to host the next one. Till then, podcast out.
Turn left. Then, make a U-turn. Head west.
Apparently my watch thinks I've been walking because it just told me I did 11,000 steps. Let you out for a bit in case you need to pee. Don't cause any mischief. Move over, bud. Move. So far, so good. I got a cough. My throat is still a little sore today. I think I must have snored last night. But energy-wise, I'm actually kind of normal. So, like, I'm a little drowsy, but not, like, sleepy. So, the podcasts are getting me through that. I am going to take a dose of cough syrup while I'm here. We have 4 hours to the next one. pee. Anyone who's familiar with my drives before will know that the stream's likely to become much more interrupted over the next couple hours going into Oregon. So we'll see how far it goes. Sweetheart, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move. I don't mind you being out, but you can't sit on me while I'm driving. Good boy.
Turn right, then make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. In 800 feet, turn right onto the slip road. Turn right onto the slip road.
something you love to do? A goal you want to achieve? A skill you want to learn? Or a difference you want to make? You know it's part of who you are, and part of the life you want. But do you know how you'll get there? The military can help you pursue your calling, with countless opportunities to help you build a future filled with purpose. You have a calling. We have an answer. Learn more at todaysmilitary.com.
This episode is brought to you by Fast Growing Trees. Get your garden flourishing. This spring, they have the best deals for your yard. Up to half off select plants and other deals.
Plus, they're alive and thrive guaranteed. Ensures your plants arrive happy and healthy. And listeners to our show get 15% off purchase when using code
For a limited time, and terms and conditions may apply.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Mobile best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Mobile. Pros emerge.
Pretty privileged with Prusa. Slams the evil echoes of spelunking and enjoys Bambi blasting. Burly Bob clamps for carpentry, gives great tidings, explains organized sports, and heckles headgear. From irritating lube to crack concepts. It's time for the best, the worst. Now sit back and prepare to be show.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's hostess with the mostest. Wait, it's always been my co-hostess with the mostest, but slightly less mostesses as well. Today.
Why are you asking about our Uzi?
Perverted.
What's up? I actually have a prop directly to that. Look down in my basement.
Wow. Generic lube.
It's literally, I think I know what it's from, but when I found it, I was like, what in the shit? Yeah, it's just a white tube that just says lube on it. It's from Quaker Steak.
Oh, is it like hot sauce in there? You can put it on your food?
I wish. It does say, the back does have language on it that says, caution may cause skin irritation. If you wash it, kind of lube. It's a lubrication is a complicated word. Don't want stuff if you don't have to, I guess.
Or dick lube.
What was that last one? What was that last one? What was the last one?
Huh? Oh, a hinge, like for your door.
Third one. Third.
Door hinge.
You didn't say cousin lube?
What? That's messed up.
Yes. You are perverted, but sure.
That one's not lube for cousin, that's cousin named lube.
Or that famous place in Europe, the lube.
Or that place where we're all fam. The clue. Come on, Mark, get in on this. This is a good
I
one.
don't have one. No,
This is a good bit, Mark.
Flube. A place where you let me in there. The boob.
Isn't that the place where babies come from? Or something? What was that bit?
Where babies come from? The boob. Yeah.
They come from the boob.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me in there. I'm a baby.
That's where I go.
Yeah, everyone's going to know that reference. Let's not explain it. Continue, Wade.
No, I think it's time for small talk. I think we're already basically there. So, what's new? How's life?
I 1000%, just randomly, for no other reason, am Team Prusa. All the way, baby.
Got that email coming through, huh?
What? No. What? Yeah, Prusa, it's company.
For some reason, I thought Prusa was like a weird prune juice, but I think it's the company that does the... It's just, I pictured like a can of like Prusa.
It's a very enthusiastic preacher.
So,
After your door
what?
how's how's it going with the printers? They work good? You like?
It was really good. I had an email exchange with them. For those who don't know, appreciate it. 3D printing company. Super getting into it. YouTuber privilege is coming in hot and hard. I emailed them and they were like, oh, we're a big fan, we'll send you a printer. I was like, oh, that's great, cool. So they sent me a printer, and that's not unusual. They sent me a printer and it works really well.
How is he supposed to share?
I'll just buy one like a normie. It's fine.
Prusa was very nice, actually, and I like, this is not me, you know.
Even by Markiplier standards, which people, when they find out, like, oh, you're a Markiplier, oh, they'll often get really hyped up and be like, yeah, use our thing. It sounds like they really got the hots for you.
He's got a box of firstborn children that people have thrown at him.
Just sitting in storage, you know?
Their printers are really good. They're known for their reliability, and I gotta say, that thing, the new one that they got, the Core One, is really good. And it's about the same price as the Bamboo Lab that it's competing against, so I'm like, thumbs up all the way. That being said, I haven't tested out any of the other ones. They might be giant pieces of shit for all I know. But I doubt it, because it's Prusa.
What if they are? What a funny gag that would be. They make one really good one, and that's the one where they're like, oh, send this to all the YouTubers and stuff. Like, get people to talk about this one, and the rest of them are just like Chinesium rebadges of knockoff crap. Like, haha, gotcha.
The one of them that I'm excited about is the XL, like the super large, because it has interchangeable tool heads. So instead of like with the Bamboo Lab, you have 4 film spools in your thing, but they all go through one tube. So it's to cut them off and then pull it all the film in there before. Feed it. XL, it just goes up, docks the tool head that had the filament that it was in it, and retracts, goes to grab the other one, then prints with that one. So it's really cool, way faster, allows you to do more like impressive stuff with it. So I'm very excited about that one. Also, it's very big, so really, really big.
Yeah, what's the print volume on that thing? You know?
What is the print volume? I haven't gotten it yet, so
where are you going to store these things? Are you getting rid of the servers? Or are you...
Oh, you know, just convert another bathroom. I realize if I just hold it, I don't actually need to use the bathroom, so I can convert all the bathrooms into additional 3D printer space.
You can just print a toilet when you need one.
Prusa XL build volume is about 14 inches cubed.
Oh, cool, yeah. Bamboo Lab is like 256 millimeters. Bigger, but the volume increases cubically by...
Yeah, it's 36 centimeters cubed. So what is that? 360 millimeters cubed? Is that how that works? I don't know Europe numbers.
So to us normal people out there, Mark got printers.
I got printers. And hey, if you're gonna get printers out there, why not consider a Prusa?
One of us is sponsored for this, kind of.
That's fun.
I think this is the legal gray area because they didn't ask for a contract. You know, they're giving me a lot of shit for free. Where's the legality in that? Because I don't often get sponsors ever. I did a Shopify ad just recently, and it's some of the best response I've ever seen.
Yeah, I tuned into that video because that was like on Headliners or something, right? And I was like, man, what do people thought of Mark's gameplay? I looked at the comments and it was all like, Shopify, what an ad, Mark! And I was like, yeah, what about the game? The game I was a part of. What do people think of it? They like the game?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, Mark, your Shopify is like the entire comments. I was just like, is this a paid like audience?
It was a very funny ad. Elixian did a great job editing it. He really did.
I think every single member of your community is a bot, and all those comments were fake.
That's a lot of bots.
You were like, I need this. I need to be able to do my own ads again the way I want. Lixian, buy me bots.
You know, in Mass Effect, when you got the Geth and they're like a collective machine consciousness, that's Lixian. He's the collective Geth of...
I mean, he's everywhere. He's over here, too. He's everywhere.
Yeah, I still feel bad for thinking that Upside Down Lixian was like a... I don't remember what I thought he was on your...
It was something weird.
Mountain or something.
Nah, Dick. I think it was a dick.
Bob, what's new with you?
Guys, my woodworking journey has begun. Yeah, that's right. I immediately started making mistakes, but it's okay, because I got wood glue and clamps.
You're gonna need more clamps.
I already bought more clamps twice.
Dude, if you got clamps and lube, you're already 2/3 the way to fun times.
There's however many clamps you have, it's not enough.
No, I only own 6 clamps, and I need about 20 to do what I want to do.
And then you need another size of clamps that's even bigger, and then you need 30 more of a different size.
Well, and you need some calls so you can do flat glue ups and keep them nice and trued up. And you need some good parallel clamp. I'm gonna need corner clamps. I found a local woodworking company that makes like custom hardwood furniture, and they just have like a room full of offcuts of pretty nice, like random size hardwood. And they're like, yeah, just like whatever, like $5, take that hunk of whatever. We got, like maple, and they had some mahogany, which is pretty cool, and like they just have a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like make a cutting board or something. But also I'm gonna build, the thing I'm really hype on right now is I'm gonna build James a train table. Did you guys ever have one of those when you were a kid?
No.
It's just a table, but it's like you put, the wooden train tracks and you drive the train. It's like that kind of thing, but this one's
Are you gonna print the tracks?
No, I already have the tracks because we got them from a secondhand shop for like super cheap. But this one's gonna have multiple levels, and one level is gonna have like Lego board affixed to it, but then you take that off and there's gonna be a lower level that'll be like train land. It's gonna be fun. I'm hype about it. I've got a really simple plan that uses mostly dimensional lumber, and it's not very professional woodworking, but I'm not a very professional woodworker, so I'm pretty hype about it. I might even throw in some half lap joints if I'm feeling crazy.
Flapjack joints sound cool.
I talked to you guys about this, but since I set this up in the last episode, Lexi's okay. Lexi had her surgery, so she survived the surgery. She's having some reaction, which is causing an insane amount of swelling and bruising, and the doctor is not super happy about. But she's feeling better. The last day or two, she's starting to feel better. So, sorry, I was all depressed and worried about Lexi. I think it was the last episode, but it's okay. She's okay.
That's okay. It's perfectly understandable.
We're all pet owners here. We all get it.
But if you could wrap up the sadness, that would be great for our ratings. Our viewers don't really like that.
Yeah, we've hit the 2 episode threshold. We can't talk about any topic for more than 2 episodes.
Like lenses or 3D printing or server.
They're very different. I was talking about Bamboo Lab before. This is Bruce.
Oh, okay.
So you can talk about Smexy, but no more Lexi. Wish I picked a different rhyme.
Sorry, I was just taken so aback by your weird, inappropriate nickname for our dog that I don't think you should see Lexi in person anymore.
No, come on.
When you come over, she goes upstairs, and we keep you guys separate.
Nothing new in the world of news if you're looking for that.
I was really hoping that you had literally anything.
God, I don't want to hear anything about the news right now. I listen to it every day, but I don't know if I can handle anymore.
I can tell you something that will be outdated by the time this airs, but is relevant right now. NFL free agency is happening, and boy oh boy is it still awful being a Bengals fan at the moment. Hopefully that changes.
Did we lose everybody yet, or how's that working out?
No, but man, we certainly haven't gained anything. I feel like the past 2 years throughout free agency have been like, man, really feels like the team's getting worse. And everyone in the fan base is like, no, this is great, a great move, this is gonna be great, we're gonna be so good. And my feeling is just like, man, some key pieces leaving, some question marks coming in. I don't know, I don't feel like that's an upgrade. So my support and love of my team is at an all-time, medium.
Listen, who needs offensive or defensive linemen when you have a quarterback and 2 receivers?
That's, if I know anything about football, that is all you need.
I'm pretty sure that's the entire team, basically. Everyone else is just fluff.
That's what's been relevant in my life the last 24 plus hours is just doom scrolling like, anything cool? Anyone? You guys were so close to winning. We just need a few pieces. Could you sign anyone? And they're like, no.
I think it'd be quite the move if a team who was like not particularly good but maybe could make a bunch of cap space just bought Burrow and Chase and Higgins or one of those 2 and just brought them in and was like, we're good now. See? Like, that would be terrible for the Bengals, but it would be fun. because then everyone would get to see who else on the Bengals does things.
I don't know, man. Cleveland's a mess. I guess I can't rule them out. But, like, the Bengals were so close to winning a Super Bowl, and they've just destroyed their team since. The only team I can think of that seems to actively be, like, just avoiding winning more is maybe the NBA team, the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, how, again, I'm amateur in my knowledge of football, but if you have a team that almost won the Super Bowl, why would you change anything? Because it just sounds like you just need to take the same that you had and do it again.
Somehow it seems like we have a broke billionaire owner.
The thing is money. I am also not an expert, but I will say the thing is money, right? It's expensive to keep good players, and also Burrow, Chase, and T. Higgins have all proven that they're like S-class top players. Even if they are under contract with Cincy, here's an even hilarious with us, their contract, or just like, I don't know the specifics, but like our owner is, I have no specific
offense, 5 defense. Our like I'm all for a payday, but we do need help on the defense. So
generally it's like the team logo really big, and then like the letter of the city or the state that they're from in the middle, just as like a general design, which sure, but it made some hilarious hats because like the Texas logo, the Texas Rangers logo is just the word Texas is what they went with, but then they put a big T in the middle of it, and so it's just a hat that says Titas because they literally just put a T word that had a different logo, the A's, right? So it's like A''S, and the hat is AS in the background, AS in the foreground, shifted to the left, and it just I thought it was a joke.
It's legitimately an ass hat. That
it just says ass. Another one I really like is the Los Angeles Angels. Said LA because that's the Dodgers. Small logo is just the letter A, so the hat just says anals or anials or something, but like it bought an ass hat, immediately know any of these. They're already, them are already taken off. These hats.
I have been in the meetings of things that go like this. Like hours and hours of conversation about an unimportant detail that sits in the very corner of whatever it is that they're trying to make, and no one cares about what's in the middle. It's like, we need this one little disclaimer, or oh, this trademark symbol needs, oh, it's got to be perfect, and like they got to have all this text over here. Just a little bit over whole logo, no one's paying attention to it. The whole meeting, no one cares.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I generally root for the Reds, but I'm thinking hard about rooting for the Titas.
The titties and the ass anals, man, it's hard not to root for them.
The Titas Rangers, my favorite team.
Also, Titas in Spanish means tits, unless you said that already.
I didn't, but I did know that. That's why it's funny.
E is pronounced A, is it Titas?
In America, it's pronounced Titas.
That's true.
We don't speak other languages here, so.
But we did rename it Americo instead of Mexico, so.
Is that why the Gulf name changed? Actually, the Gulf of Americo, because we renamed the country. It's weird that America has unilateral authority to just do stuff like that.
Well, I mean...
No, Mark, it's weird that we did that because we did that, and it's a thing now, and everyone else in the whole world ignoring that we did that doesn't mean it's not true,
That's
Mark.
not what I'm getting. I'm about to get pedantic. Someone made the map a long time ago. They just made shit up. You know? Someone drew a dragon in the middle of the ocean one day. Doesn't mean it's true.
Dragon D's nuts.
No, maps can't lie. I assume they sailed up and they sailed past the words Gulf of Mexico floating on the ocean, and the cartographer was like, oh, Gulf of Mexico. Man, that's handy.
Oh, no, I like Gulf of Mexico better.
Gulf of Mexico. Don't make fun of my Ohio accent.
Yeah, I've lost it. I'm all California now.
It's okay, hang out with us a little bit. You'll get it back.
Okay, all right.
At least once a week.
Okay.
Sounds like a lot, honestly, but...
Hey y'all, it's Caitlin and Kane Brown here with Wayfair. As a growing family, one of our favorite things is Game Night Wayfair Edition.
Let's do it. You gotta name as many Wayfair furniture and decor categories as you can. Ready? Go.
Sofas, bar stools, beds, ottomans, outdoor seating, bookshelves, kitchen tables, garden sheds, mid-century modern lamps.
Time. Nice. You got 9 out of a lot. Not too bad. Keep practicing. Wayfair.com where you shop every style for every home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I do have an episode for today. We've had a bit of small talk. I feel like our first episodes are always a bit more small talk heavy because we're like, yeah, let's catch up. We're not talking
What?
about
First episode? What?
First episode of the month, of the week, first episode of the year. I don't know, whatever it is. We're going to do a fun little thing. This is pretty easy. It's just, I'm going to propose things. You guys are going to answer. It's simple. Best and worst of things, but I've got a variety of different topics. So if everyone's like, we've done this before, maybe, but this is different because I said so. And I'm the host, so I get to say so.
That's the rules.
Let's just start with, what is the best number?
One, baby! Number 1!
Nah.
1!
Nah, no way.
Number 1, baby!
One stinks.
You ask anybody, which would they rather be? Number 2 or number 1? Number 0? No. Loser. Hercules went from 0 to hero. And hero might as well be 1.
Hero is the other way from 1. 1 is a downgrade from 0. He went from 0 up to -1 or hero.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, hero is 1.
Clearly, it's the best.
That's a good number.
It has multiple divisors, which is very pleasant. It's aesthetically balanced and pleasing. It looks fantastic on like a sports jersey or on like a race car application.
Yeah.
It's not so high that you can't count to it. If you had to count 24 of something, you'd be like, nah, okay.
Wasn't that Jeff Gordon's number?
Yes. A rainbow DuPont car, number 24, Jeff Gordon.
Also, 24242424 is Wade's phone number.
Okay, I wasn't going to share that, but yeah, you're right. I'm partial to the number 3 myself, even though everyone's going to be like, 7. It's actually number 3 for me.
3? What are you, an Earnhardt fan? What's number 3 from?
I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but just like the number 3.
I don't dislike the number 3. That's just I would never have picked that as like the best number for my own sensibilities.
Well, if I could rebrand, I'd be Wade 3 or Wade.
You should be Wad 3, where the 3 is an E, but no one gets that, so they think your name is Wad or Wad.
3 does have like balance. It's the I feel like there's balance to it, you know. Triangle, strongest shape, you know.
Olympic podium, gold, silver, bronze.
Bronze best medal, 3. Wait a minute, it's number 1. Number 1, baby.
Number 1 just gets gold. You know what's better than that? Platinum.
Does 3 get platinum, or did I miss something? Or?
Actually, I don't think platinum's now cheaper than gold. I think
gold's more expensive. Isn't gold relatively like easy to obtain compared to other things? Though?
Don't matter. It's gold.
Okay.
Gold.
What is the worst number?
You just had to ask that, didn't you, motherfucker?
Also, I should take everyone's points away for not saying 60. No one said 69 is the best number.
Listen, we're having a serious discussion here. If you're looking for that kind of humor, then
I think we've established today that I'm a pervert, and that 69 would in fact be a great number for me.
Oh, you are a pervert. That's true.
Thank you.
I forgot. I have a candidate for the worst number. It's a lot of numbers. Any number over 30 is any number. Next number you say that's all 13. That's
I know. I got 4. Nonsense. nonsense. Cut it out, round up or round down. Stop being a coward and go to 8 or 0.
I don't think it should be legal for prices to include denominations you cannot offer as payment. Like, I get that credit cards and digital transactions, you can do whatever you want, but there's nothing smaller than a penny. If I can't pay it in cash, don't do it. Because if I'm paying you cash, you're clearly rounding that shit off anyway. You're not giving me 1/100th of a penny back when I get my change. It's bullshit.
And we're long overdue to eliminate the penny in general, because like it costs more than to produce than it's actually worth. So why even have it? No one does cash anymore, really. I do cash. I have cash in my pocket right now.
Yeah, I have cash in my wallet right now, but this is more of personal preference. I feel like the U.S. is a little behind the rest of the world in terms of how our currency is broken down. I really like in Europe and in I guess America's big on strippers, so you need I don't know. I don't know why it's got to be paper. I like the coins. I feel like the coins is a good direction.
With inflation, I doubt that, strippers even want single anymore. But
No, they get a better deal on couples.
Who gets a better deal? The stripper?
Oh, yeah.
Less work, more money?
More lap. They're not too fine with tinier space.
Strippers love a wide lap. You got wide thighs? Oh, all strippers gonna be all over you.
Yeah, it's like having a bigger bedroom. It's like, do you really need it? No, but everyone wants a bigger bedroom. Bigger lap, more space, you can do more dance.
I maintain my answer. I like Mark's answer, has a lot of strong points. My answer is just broadly correct. It's that no number over 13,000 has any use to a normal person. They all stink, and they're too big, can't understand it, doesn't mean anything, stinky. Big, stinky numbers.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Are you gonna decide who's right, or are we just gonna do this and then you're just gonna be like, next?
I'm marking points down, don't worry.
But you're gonna tell us right now. We're just gonna.
No one has to be right. These are just opinions, man. You're not wrong for feeling that way.
I think it's pretty clear that one of us is more right than the other so far on everything we've talked about, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but I've got to let Mark participate, man.
Can I get runner-up on worst number? Infinity. Because that shit's dumb. Anyone smart that's going, oh, infinity, I'm like, you're actually stupid. You're secretly stupid, but you don't want to even know.
My least favorite number is I.
I act as a man. Well, I know. Well, don't talk about I around Bob. You can't imagine it.
What do you mean imaginary numbers?
Come on, yeah, we're just being crazy.
A picture in your mind.
Listen, if I can't count it with my fingers, if I have I apples, how many apples is that? Give me some apples.
All right, hold up your finger. Now, editors, invert my finger back into my hand and then square it.
Easy fix. I've always hated imaginary number. I hate that. That drives me nuts.
That wasn't even what Mark said. He said infinity.
I know. I said I. He said infinity.
Infinity is stinky, though. I feel like that's impliedly included in my suggestion, but it is like a different thing, and I agree.
What is the best awful smell?
Okay, all right. Well, I've said this many times before, because it's very bad for you and many people don't like it, but the smell of cigarettes, I just like. I like
bad smell.
I like tobacco. I like the smell. And what's weird is I don't like going into like a humidor where it's like cigar room.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. Those are a lot.
Yeah, I don't like that, but just like, just standard cigarettes.
Cigarettes are smelly, like I agree. Cigarettes have like a smell and I dislike it myself. But a cigar smoker coming in, like whenever I worked retail, having someone who smokes cigars come in and smell like cigar was so much worse than cigarette smoke smell or weed smoke smell. Cigar people fucking stink.
I didn't say it.
I did. Cigar smokers out there, you reek and it's bad.
A bold take. I was trying to think of something that's not kind of a copy of Mark's answer, but I have a similar thing, I guess. My favorite awful smell is two-stroke engine exhaust. Like the smell of like a go-kart or like a lawnmower. It smells like I'm inhaling things that will kill me, but also that's something very nostalgic about that. That's very like, love go-karts and lawnmowers and things of my childhood, and it's associated with a lot of positive stuff.
All right. What is the worst bad smell?
All right, so you're cave diving, right? And you crawl into a crevasse like you do. You're trying to squeeze into the devil's anus. You know, you're really crawling in there. Your hose line's getting torn up. Your tank's getting cut to shreds, but you're squeezing through because hell yeah, it's a hole. You got to be in there, and you accidentally hit a rock that causes water to shoot out into an exposed, rusted line. Your gas mask gets pulled off. There's enough air in there for you to have a minute or two of consciousness, and just the fetid ocean water, all the other dead bodies of divers who you had to move their bones out of the way to get into the devil's anus are amongst you. Their remains, sewage, and then rust. And also there's a fracking was taking place nearby, so you got that.
Who would get horny in a place like, oh, fracking, sorry.
I'm not here to yuck people's yum. Do it if you want, but you have to be some special kind of absolute psychopath to go caving on purpose. Oh my God. Yeah. I've watched like some of the documentaries about like the guy who got stuck upside down, wedged in the, and he just died in there because they couldn't get him out, and they were just like, well, seal that one up. Let's just leave him. Seal that one, and that's his cave now. But like, holy crap! And there's like videos of a guy being like, okay, I need to breathe out a little bit more, and then I think I can shimmy through. Yeah, I'm fitting. It's like just watching those videos. I'm like, fuck, why would you do that on purpose? God damn.
So many videos that are like, oh, this guy got trapped and died a horrible death. And I'm like, oh, I've watched this one. And I click it. It's a different guy in a different cave. Every single time I find another video that I'm like, that must be the same story, right? No, different guy.
And it's, look, it's exploration, and it's fine. That's people get excited about that and do what you want. But like, man, of all the types of exploring shit you could do, that has gotta be just the most terrifyingly claustrophobic one. Like, I wouldn't really want to go in a submarine way down in the ocean or climb to, Mount Everest or whatever else. Those sound kind of hard, actually really hard, and kind of scary. But the caving thing sounds like it sounds like a thing you do to torture a person. Like, you get captured in the enemy prison camp. They're like, all right, your only job is to climb down into this cave and then climb back out every day. And you do that until you tell us everything you know, and we'll let you leave or something. It would work. I wouldn't even climb in once. I'd give up. I'd betray everyone I ever knew just to not have to do that.
This is so long, prolonged to death. Because people starve to death. People, pain, whatever, injuries, whatever. But it's also, you have to deal with that, and you're trapped and can't move, and you're upside down, and the walls are closing in around you, and also everyone, but you hear voices behind you being like, we can't help him, what do we tell him? Well, I don't know, let's give him the ball home, I guess. Because it echoes so hard you hear it from the cave entrance.
Yeah. No, I mean, people get their adrenaline rush in whatever way they get it, I guess. It can't be helped, but man, it's that I've clicked on those videos that you watch too, where it's like the story, and I always imagine it's like, oh, well, he must have realized there was some, like, a gold deposit or something. It's like, nah, he just thought maybe this cave might connect over to this other cave that was also on this, like a mile away. This is a different cave. And he was like, well, if they connect, so then they'd be connected and we would know about that.
Yeah, gotta know about that.
Well, now that I'm all itchy and anxious, everyone, great topic.
Hey, you asked. You asked for smell. You asked about the worst smell, man.
Smells!
My worst smell is James's poopy diaper. And not because the smell particularly is that bad, but because it comes with the realization that now I gotta go change that. And it's always like, and he has had some real rippers. That man makes some stinky poops sometimes. But it's, even when it's not so stinky, you have that moment where you're like, oh, let me look. Oh, poopy. Oh, poopy. Okay, let's go upstairs.
I will say, I remember as a kid, when my younger brother was still in diapers, I walked in the restroom while my parents were changing his diaper, and I have never forgotten how horrible that smell was. Like, it was one of my biggest regrets as an older brother, was being in the vicinity of a diaper change.
It can be pretty spicy.
That singular moment might be why I'm not a parent right now, is the memory of that diaper.
There's a lot of other parts to it, I'm not gonna lie, but that is a part of it.
Yeah, the Velcro, the butt. Yeah, I got you.
The what?
Oh, the diaper.
No, there's a lot to being a parent. There's a lot of other parts too, but poopy diapers is part of it. I can't lie.
Yeah, I was also kind of like an exorcist baby who like projectile vomited everywhere.
Ooh, that's tough. I have known other had friends who have had babies who had that. And I'm really glad James didn't do that because there's not much you can do about it. It just happens.
Yeah, I think my head spun around a full 360 and I just spewed like a sprinkler.
I actually have not seen The Exorcist.
You should see it.
Oh, yeah, as a movie guy and a horror guy, it feels like one you'd probably enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think, but just who has time?
I guess not you.
What is the best activity you've tried?
Activity?
Activity, sport, kind of generic, just something you've tried that like maybe isn't like a typical everyone's done it, just something you've done that you're like, oh, that's the best thing I've done.
Sex is pretty cool.
Don't need to.
That's not my answer. That's not my answer. That's not my answer. That's not my answer.
You want to try a new activity? Found out about this cool activity.
Just like a weird, like a hobby, a sport, like anything that you've just tried that maybe like, oh, it was the best thing. You're like, oh man, I'm really glad I did that.
I have one that's really not that weird, but it's weird to me because I don't come from, this is not a thing I'm as familiar with. And I've talked about it, I think, on this show before. I went trap shooting. A friend's birthday party happened, and we went out and went trap shooting. And I didn't grow up around guns, and I don't have any guns, and I don't have a super negative opinion, but I kind of fear them from a distance, just in the thing of like, I don't want that in my house, because that could be dangerous, and you have to be very careful and safe.
But getting to go with Admiral Akbar's got to be really cool. It's trap shooting.
I was trying to decide if that was funny. I don't like it.
It's a trap.
Yeah, no, I got it. It was fun. It was surprisingly fun. And I think both because it wasn't as hard on my shoulder as I thought it was going to be. Definitely get sore, but it's not like I didn't have like a huge ridiculous bruise or anything too bad. And it was, I didn't hit every shot, but I hit some shots. And when like the thing gets launched and it's going and you're like, yeah, pa, and you get it, it's very satisfying. It's very rewarding, and it's like, it's not so hard that you can't hit a single one the first time you go out. You could hit some, and like there were a couple stations where there were 2 or 3 that they would find.
Destroy them.
What did deer do to you?
You haven't heard about the prions in deer? That problem? Destroy them, wipe them out, annihilate them.
Aren't those the enemy in Starfield? Stardust? Star?
Are you thinking of Protoss from StarCraft?
That's the one.
They're not the enemies. I mean, it depends on your perspective, but whatever.
I don't think it's an uncommon perspective to be like, yeah, dear, we need to control that problem. That's real bad. I think that from gun owners to, there was a podcast I was listening to where there's like, there's some people that have guns and there's one person that's like very anti, like really progressive, but it was very much like, give every American a gun and tell them to kill one deer. They gotta be gone. We gotta get, not extinct, but just, really, really gotta control that down a bit. I'm echoing that sentiment. But also, I don't think I could go hunting. I'm fine with the idea that if it was a survival situation and I had to eat, but
makes me sad. So what's the best activity for you then?
Killing deer.
Killing deer.
I assume.
Just sex. I can't go hunting, but killing deer.
That's different.
It's different.
Not hunting. That's Cullen. Like Edward Cullen.
Yeah, I was Team Jacob. I was about to make that joke and you beat me to it by half. Now I know what it feels like to be you guys, Timothy.
Just laughing and laughing, just laughing.
Better to laugh than to cry.
Best activity, good cry. I'll put that down. Stealing that.
Now, you know what? I agree with that. You know what? I don't handle well. I learned this morning. I had to take Lexi in for a follow-up appointment. She's doing fine, but they just had to like change a bandage and look at some stuff. She's getting treatment at a pet hospital, which has an emergency thing, and it's very unfortunate, and I don't at all blame these people. But this morning, I was the only one who was there for like a normal scheduled doctor visit, and it was busy. and there were some like frantically upset people, and I am a sympathetic crier, and I did not do very well trying to stand in a waiting. There was like one woman who was there by herself because she brought her dog in because it had seemingly had a seizure or something neurological. It was very bad. She was like filling out paperwork, weeping, which I get because I would be too. Then there was a family whose dog was like getting treatment who was not doing well. It seemed like the dog maybe was terminal or was not going well, and they like brought them back to see the dog, and then came back out, and they were all just like weeping, like super. And there were some other dogs or whatever animals who were there, and the owners were all like, it was for emergencies, and everyone was super upset. And I was like, I'm just here to get my dog's fine. We're fine. She's just getting looked at. But like I can't handle that shit in public. That's a specific type of setting that I'm not in very much. I didn't like it. It was hard, and not because it was sad, but just because it made me cry for no apparent reason, which made me deeply uncomfortable. Because I'm standing there with my relatively healthy pet, and she's like licking me and being like, "What are we doing, Dad?" And everyone else is like, "Please save my baby. Please help us." It just felt weird. I didn't care for it. Not in a judgmental way. I'm sorry for those people, but
in good activities. You ever go to a good stand-up?
Even not so good stand-up is pretty fun. You're definitely right on that one.
I like the improv shows we went to back when we were watching improv. Those were fun. Those were good. I've never forgotten, I don't know if you guys remember the specific skit where there was like the guy on a plane who just kept screaming in agony and looking at his knees.
Not specifically.
They were like sitting down and the guy was just like...
Too relatable for Wade.
But he just like, that was part of his thing. It was like he would just like look at his knees and just like let out an ear-piercing scream. It was part of his like thing. It was one where they would run and like turn the page to like the next
it was
chapter.
A herald, right? That was mainly what we saw, was we saw a few heralds.
But they circled back to that character 2 or 3 times, but every time, like he was like walking around and he would just like stop like almost Jim Carrey like and scream in like agony. I don't remember that at all. It lives rent free in my head.
Wow, I don't know that at all. That sounds hilarious, but
it was just so unexpected because everyone's like doing their characters and this guy's just like playing an old dude who's just in excruciating pain with every movement he makes. Well, anyway, worst activity.
All right, so bad activity. I don't like the idea of going skydiving. Never going to do it if I can help it. There is apparently a known skydiving place where people die, and I think it's in California somewhere, but it has a reputation because someone just recently died on that same airline, and a lot of people in the Reddit comments were just like, I already know which not airline, but which skydiving company they were talking about. And sure enough, it was that same one. Just, I don't know what's going on with that one. I don't know the name of it. I'm not trying to protect them or anything. Like, I'm not going to say who they are. Like, I would probably prefer to warn people about it, but...
It's one of those that you sign up and you think you know the package you're getting, but actually you have to individually say, like, I want a parachute or I want this. Like, they nickel and dime you for individual...
It's the Ryanair of skydiving companies.
It's like, oh, we guaranteed you a seat. We didn't say that your seat would have an armrest. We didn't say it would have a back to it.
Reserve chute? You made of money?
So, okay, what's the worst one you've tried, though? Worst thing you've done that you were like, because you've done some weird stuff. You've tried, like, intermittent sleeping. You've tried, like, weird diets and things. Just anything.
Tried some weird stuff. Which
you looked, like, so accusatory. Like, that accusatory, like, what are you
You tried some weird stuff. You
have, man. You went to a parkouring group in college and just jumped off a building.
Well, I don't want to do that.
I don't know if I have anything I've actually done that I would consider the worst. I don't do those things. If I think something would probably be the worst, I probably didn't do it.
Well, what is the worst one you've done? Like, what have you tried? It doesn't have to be like necessarily a bad thing to do, just something you didn't enjoy.
Parades. Man, have I never been to a parade of any kind where at any point I was like, I'm glad we came. This is fun. I love that every parade I go to inevitably leads to me getting like way overstimulated, or literally sitting there on the parade route just being like, holy fuck, that's the loudest ambulance I've ever seen.
I have earplugs with me at all times, so
that's
that I
not
can
a bad idea.
Something's loud. They're like there's tons of brands on Amazon that sell these little kits. They clip right onto your key ring. They're like $20. They work. So they cut it down just enough that you can still hear, but it reduces everything down a bit. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever do, I'm sure I'll go to a parade again at some point because we have a kid and, you know, he might like it. I doubt it because he's our son, and I don't think Mandy and I are very big parade people. But earplugs be in order because, oh my God.
I would say probably something similar is like I've been to concert and they're fine. You know, I'm not typically like a big music guy, but I have gone to, you know, I do like music and been to concert. I went to a concert